What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemian, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm going to pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Announcement from Benjamin C. Steele talking to you about wearing a mask. Not this one, but this one. With everything going on right now with this pandemic, you need to wear a mask. My mask is for your safety. Your mask is for mine. Now, I don't care what your uncles, brothers, best friends, mailman's roommate from college put on social media. Chances are they didn't think it through, and there's a very better than average chance that they're an idiot. So when you go outside, you put on your little mask over your face, put the little straps around your ears, and we're all going to be a lot safer. This is a team.
Mercer, one half of the tag team champions. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a champion, if you want to survive this thing, wear your freaking mask, okay? It comes in all different colors. You can get Eclipse Blue, JC White and Black, or even hell, Blue and Gold. But guys, please, also remember, please, it goes over the nose. Over the nose. Thank you.
the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for every breath that I take.
What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemian, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Announcement from Benjamin C. Steele talking to you about wearing a mask. Not this one, but this one. With everything going on right now with this pandemic, you need to wear a mask. My mask is for your safety. Your mask is for mine. I don't care what your uncles, brothers, best friends, mailman's roommate from college put on social media. Chances are they didn't think it through, and there's a very better than average chance that they're an idiot. So when you go outside, you put on your little mask over your face, put the little straps around your ears, and we're all going to be a lot safer. This is a team.
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by Indy Wrestling US. Check out IWC, RWA, and more. And listeners like you, support this show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the...
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show 15th anniversary edition. Woo! I only got one sound out of that. We got all kinds of people in here. Not in here.
Hey,
Not
there
in
we
here.
go.
They'd be hanging from the rafters in the studio if it was any other year. But instead, they're hanging from the Google Meet rafters. The digital rafters? I don't know. Raptors?
I don't have
Raptors?
I don't have Raptors.
Clever girl. Like Velociraptors?
We don't need those stinking Raptors. First of all, he's coming at us from Beacon, New York. He's the only Mayhemmer with a future endeavor letter from the WWE. He is Mad Mike.
Sorg. No, Sorg.
What?
Sorg. It's been 15 years.
Yes.
We need to add something to my intro.
Oh, no.
Sorg, not only am I the only Mayhemmer with a future endeavor letter, I am the only Slammy Award winning
Oh, no.
Mayhemmer.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's real and it's spectacular.
That is really big.
It's actually
That's what she
quite
said.
heavy too. I'm gonna do curls with it later. It'll be great. This will be my quarantine workout.
Wow.
But I'd like to thank everyone
Mm-hmm.
that's named Mad Mike. That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slammy Award winning Sorg.
Okay. There you go.
Slammy Award winning Mad Mike.
It's the only Slammy Award winner. Do I have to say that every week?
I'm just gonna have it in my shot the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just there.
Yeah.
Somebody call
Right
Jordan.
there? Is that?
Somebody needs to call Jordan Styles to make sure you're up on your award etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, he is
Yeah.
an Emmy Award, 2 or 3 time Emmy Award winner. So, but
Sorg. Those are the Emmys. Do you know how many people have Emmys? Like a lot.
uh-huh.
Do you know how many people have Slammies? Significantly fewer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Significantly fewer. Do you know when a TV show wins an Emmy, everyone on that cast wins an Emmy?
Uh-huh.
They're giving out Emmys like Tic Tacs in Hollywood.
I have to say, anecdotally, I know 2 people that have Emmys.
This is what I'm saying. How many people do you know that have a Slammy?
You.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I rest my case. Lawyer.
You and Elias.
Riz. Wait, does Elias have one?
No.
I think he might have won it like
He might
a couple
have.
nights ago.
Oh, yeah, he got one, but he was like the only one in the category for like live performance or something.
Doesn't matter, Sorg.
But it still counts. It still counts. He's not on this show right now. But that is the Riz. Riz plays games.
And Mad Mike, I'm not trying to steal your thunder or anything. Okay. You may have a Slammy Award,
I do.
but I have an Effie.
Excellent.
A
Excellent.
friend of the show Effie Award.
Yep.
And of course, that's going to go actually right up there because that's as big as it goes. It's as big as we have it there. You can't see it though, so we're going to put it
If we're
right
going by
back
my
there.
rules, that's even more prestigious
Well-
because way fewer people have Effies. than have
Actually,
Slammies.
I think it's like maybe $34. Anyways, yes. Hi, Sorg. Riz Plays Games. I'm actually on the Sorgatron Media Twitch account right now.
Yes.
Of course, doing what I do best.
Yes. And then
Just
also with
filling it
us is Mainstream Matt.
Great to be here, Sorgi. Mad Mike, I don't know who you stole that Slammy Award from, but I feel like I have to point out that
Sir?
Lacey Evans has a Slammy also. So, I mean,
Sir,
I'm just laying
sir,
that out there,
Sir,
you know, just
hold-
for
hold-
just so we're clear on where the bar is on this.
Hold
Lacey Evans also
the
has a
fuck
Slammy.
on.
I'm just saying.
I won this Slammy for being a part of the post WrestleMania crowd when Dolph Ziggler cashed in his Money in the Bank.
I was going to say, I thought you won it for best bow tie.
No, I don't wear bow ties. I'm not the
So
doctor.
How many
technically,
people were in that arena?
I'm a Slammy Award winner too because I was there.
There you go.
Ooh.
There you go.
I mean, you know, I'm sure yours is in the mail, Ronnie.
Well, I
Yeah,
tell you
I'm gonna
what,
get right on
I'm
it.
sure it's in the mail.
you guys are not the only ones, because I am also an Oscar holder. As in, I'm holding an Oscar.
You are holding an Oscar.
At what point
Wow,
were you
sorry,
nominated
what,
or
Best Wife?
awarded Best Wife?
Ignore that it says Best Wife on it.
Hey, it's 2020. Gender is fluid, man.
That's
Good
right.
for you.
Congratulations on being the best wife, buddy.
I am the
You
best wife.
deserve it. You did. Yeah.
I'm the best wife in this studio right now.
Dave wanted to know if this turned into a measuring contest. Dave, this has always been a measuring
Oh, dude.
contest.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the show for 15 years?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
shake your dicks. This pissing contest is over.
Ronnie Starks is here.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I don't have any awards.
But he has a new
Oh,
Twitter
Ronnie,
account.
You've
The
actually held championships.
Yes,
I
you
have
have.
won championships
With his hands.
with my hands. Yeah, my tiny Burger King hands. Yes. Yeah.
And also returning to the show, he is a Wrestling Mayhem Show original
OG.
Doc Remedy.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
How's
It's
it
been a
going?
while.
It's
I think the last time I was there, I fell asleep at the end of a Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes, you did. As
I
the
made it to Jericho Omega and fell asleep.
like the Wrestle Kingdom was still going at like 8 a.m. as people were commuting to work on the train. That was weird. That was really weird. I was so happy to go to bed before the sun rose the last 2 mornings, because. And so glad I only do this once a year, but it still feels like it was the worst fucking week to do it. But anyways, no, Remedy, glad to have you back on the show, catching up, and you're not the only one that we're going to be catching up with throughout the episode. We have several old faces and voices that we'll be getting into, including. I will say this: we have one message we'll be showing in the show from a friend that is employed by a major wrestling organization.
Ooh. That's exciting.
I want to put that out there, and you can look at the Rolodex of who we had on the show, and deal with that, and work that out. So we're gonna have some fun.
Matt Mike's here.
If you have any guesses, put them in the chat room.
Yes, if you who is it? Who is it?
Yeah.
Who answered my messages? But anyways, this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. You can check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can hit us up at that email address.
Good
times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. 412-206-WFS0. You better have that in your phone, under drunk dial, under your ex-girlfriend's name, whatever the case may be, so that you're calling us on that. Hit us up there. And we're here live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on your Facebook, on your YouTube, and on the Sorgatron Media Twitch, so you can watch however you would like and hang out in the chat room like our good friends are right now, including, I see Dave Potter is out there. I feel like I'm that children's show. I see you, Tina, and I see you, Bobby, and I see you, Davey, and I see you, Alex, right into the camera. How fucking creepy is this?
We got a letter.
We just got what? That is it. Was what we got to sing. We did used to sing like when we got emails back in the day.
I thought we only did that with Vim.
Maybe that Vim mail,
Yeah.
motherfucking Vim mail.
Oh, sorry, we actually got an email.
What?
We got an email.
What do you mean we got an email?
Sorry, I just opened my email. We got an email.
Okay. Is this for now or after the Patreons?
Oh yeah, after the Patreons. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm checking my emails to see what's going on now. But anyways, and also check out the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook and Facebook group. A lot of great discussions happening on there at Mayhem Show on the Twitter. And of course, thank you to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/awesomecast. If you're on the feed or if you watched our usual live time in between the holidays, we had a very special Patreon edition of the show where we got to hang out with a bunch of our friends over there. And also, new feature for 2021, we have a Discord. all the cool podcasts on Patreon are doing it these days, so are we. And that's where we get together and we play Among Us, and then we hate each other and distrust.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yes.
still hate everybody for voting for me, like, off the bat.
Alex from Occupy Pro Wrestling is my auto sus in any situation. So,
I assume anyone is a killer.
so you can be among us as well in the Patreon, including our friends at the fan of the show level. Mo Diggity! Woo! As well as Ed Burke, Bobby F. J. Town, and Team Hammer Fist. Our friends at the Poppy Club, Dave Ponder and Tina Keys. And at the Pizza Club, Doc Remedy. He's here! He's here! And
Pizza baby.
and Kyle Turner and our friends at the manager level, Farnsworth Investments, and Heel Bradley Ruthers, who is showing off the fine merchandise in our ads we've been running for the Pro Wrestling Tees New Year's sale. So thank you for that.
Pass out.
You got. By the way, and thank you everybody that's been supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Again, there's the new Discord. There's a post in there about that over the last week, and also many of the Patreons got the first whiff of the new project we'll talk about later in the show, Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. Mike, we're not doing that bit right now. It's for later.
I told you I only did it the one time.
Okay. So we're throwing some extra stuff, and as we're developing new things around here, because as with everybody, we got some time on our hands. So you'll get the first dibs over there.
And Sorg, we have a comment from another OG Mayhemmer in the chat room.
Okay.
Mayhem Missy said that Sorg just described how I teach in 2020, acknowledging everyone on a Zoom screen.
So it's just like was it Zusha or something like that, where that like Australian lady?
Zusha.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Sadly, I'm that fucking old. I know what you're talking about.
It was on right before WWF Wrestling Challenge on Saturday mornings.
Fair enough.
At least locally for me. So.
Shusha.
Did I say it right? It's just a bunch of X's. But
I have no idea what's going on right now.
Riz, you're a baby. You're a hairy baby.
Hairy baby.
Wow. There's the show title, everybody.
The
There
more
you go.
things change, the more things stay the same.
I don't have Eamon
Wait.
on to call fetus, so
I was gonna say I'm the baby now. What the fuck, Eamon?
currently, I believe. I don't know. We haven't. We were
You're
com-
probably
Bobby
right.
says Zeus, goddess of children's programming.
What's that?
Bobby said Jusha was the goddess of children's programming.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
No, not Mr. Rogers. It's Zeus. Is that how you spell that? I thought it was with an X.
I thought it was XUXA. I might be mistaken.
Because
Bobby just wrote like the Greek god Zeus and
Yeah.
put an A in.
Yeah, I think.
I
Well, I
don't-
mean,
I don't think that's it.
I mean, he might be just doing it like phonetically or anything
Yeah.
like that.
It is
So-
XUXA.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought so.
Yes.
All right. So sorry, you want me to read the email?
Yeah. What is this
Yeah.
last minute email that popped in?
This is called the other mail,
Oh no.
and it's from August 3rd, 2010.
Oh no.
Weird. I don't know why I just got it now.
Well, that got stuck on the server for a while, didn't it?
Yeah, seriously. What the fuck, Gmail? Get it together. Hello, Lunchbox. I really don't want to go to college, and I still don't know what I picked for a class. I did watch some TNA, and I was super drunk. I don't remember a lot, but Jeff Hardy was fucking awesome-o like always. Hardy and his awesome drugs that make him paint his face all crazy. Where can I get some, damn it? Robot titty boobs. I'm
What?
still working on music and it coming along. One more thing, Predators fucking rock tits. Greatest movie this year. Thank you, Juggalo Jamie.
Things that have changed in 10 years. We don't say the
Wait.
words tits as much. That's for the best, I'm going to say. I'm going to say that was an improvement. What?
Hashtag Robotits.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Predators movie like 2010.
There's a Predator movie like every 5
2
years.
years.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sure there was.
Oh shit.
Oh, wait,
2010.
hold on. Sorg. I just got in another email.
Did you?
This one, oddly enough, this is from earlier.
What?
This is from May 5th, 2009.
Oh, no.
It's also from Juggalo Jamie. He has Hotmail, so I think that explains a lot of this.
Okay.
Hi, Mike. I'm really Miss Heroes, and I'm addicted to Heroes' abilities on Facebook. SmackDown was awesome. I almost fell into a coma watching Raw. Santino was greatness on Raw, like always. I really want to watch TNA now just to see Amazing Red. The swine flu could be the T-virus or super herpes.
Wow.
Wait.
A lot of this is very pertinent, and I didn't realize it until I just read it now.
That is messed up.
A lot of this is very pertinent.
Were we really worried about the swine flu in 2009?
Oh,
I guess so.
Okay.
It could have been the T-virus or super herpes, apparently.
Oh, my God.
By the way, I'm looking at the cast for Predators in 2010.
Wasn't that the one with Adrian Brody?
It is the one with Adrian Brody. And Topher Grace.
And Topher Grace.
Was
And
that
Lawrence
the one where they
Fishburne.
went to the planet?
I have no idea.
The Predator planet?
Oh, I kind of want to watch this now.
Yeah, brought together on a mysterious
I
planet.
recall that one being actually pretty good. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Or
Maybe
apparently,
10 years
Anything
have
with
solved
Topher
it a little
Grace
bit.
is kind of,
I'm about to look up what movies came out in 2009 or 2010.
How about 2006 when we
the
launched?
time Remedy and I had a Heroes podcast.
I never watched Heroes.
Level 5, baby.
Level 5.
All of maybe 3 episodes.
So that's one thing that's been consistent during this show is we usually ended up having another show that we were talking about, whether it be Heroes.
Remedy and I are the we're the interesting people that will start a podcast for a show after it's already been in critical decline.
Yeah, it was the writer strike season is when we're like, you know what, let's start a podcast.
Let's just do it.
This just in. Here's some movies that came out in 2010.
Oh, man.
Okay, let's do
Inception.
Yep.
Alice in Wonderland 3D.
Hmm.
Iron Man 2.
Yes.
Black Swan.
Okay.
Clash of the Titans.
Mhm.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes.
Tangled, a very good Disney movie. Book of Eli. Shutter Island. Shrek Forever After.
Terrible movie.
The A-Team.
Also terrible movie.
The very
A-Team
first
was awful.
Expendables. Tron Legacy, another terrible movie. The
Shut
Karate.
your mouth.
The Karate.
Tron Legacy is a
I like
fantastic
Ronnie's
movie.
3-word movie
love it.
reviews though. This is really good.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World, a very good movie.
Oh, amazing movie.
The Other Guys. The Karate Kid. I'm talking about Will Smith's kid, not the real Karate Kid.
Also, notice Will Smith is a producer on Cobra Kai.
Is he really?
Yes.
Oh, shit's gonna pop off.
Oh, the kid.
What?
Jaden Smith's gonna show up and show everyone who the real fucking Karate Kid is.
I've been waiting
Sorry.
for it. I've been waiting for it.
The Twilight Saga, Eclipse,
Easily the best of those movies.
and Grown Ups.
Grown-ups.
And that's all the good ones that came out that year.
Wow.
There's a lot
You're
of junk that
missing.
came out.
You're
too.
missing the killer tire rubber.
First of all, that movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love horrible, cheesy movies. Anyway, let's get back on topic because I completely took over the show.
There's no topic right now.
There are no topics.
Doc Remedy. Welcome back. I want an extended welcome back for Doc Remedy, who is, by the way, sporting some of the original Cafe Press, I believe it was,
Oh my.
Wrestling
I love
Mayhem
it.
Show merch.
With the slogan, "Remedy's the cure" on the back.
Oh, I forgot.
Yep.
Oh, we should bring back slogans.
I wore this. I think I bought this and wore it for the first pod camp in 2006 that was hosted at the original Art Institute location. No. At that place up in
Filmmakers.
Yeah, where I locked my keys.
Oh, you just
Your mic cut out. Your mic cut out, Remedy.
are you with us?
How about now?
Yeah,
there we go.
You're here.
Okay.
You got that deep voice coming in, but that's okay.
I'm buying a new mic tonight.
right now. He'll be back in 20 minutes. He's going to Walmart.
He's gonna have Amazon drone him some shit.
Yeah, it was, so it was filmmakers. It was the original PodCamp, and that was of course the day that Remedy and Chad the Shad were hitting people with chairs and kicking them in the face as part of our panel on podcasting, and that's where we met Should I Drink That? So, which all that is shared. But I don't know if you guys saw. We were sharing some stuff today. I didn't really do a lot of fanfare going into the show because it's 2021 and I'm tired already. Thank you, Wrestle Kingdom. But yeah, all that stuff is still on YouTube, and there's some shit on there I don't remember doing. So there are monkeys. There's a 10-minute rant about our softball team, Yin's team, where LB
just gotta believe.
Lunchbox just went off about bludgeoning the other team with like steel chairs for 10 minutes, and this was for a softball league.
Hey, we know how to play softball.
Apparently, at some point, we performed live the theme song to this show, which, by the way, we wrote and produced ourselves and had at least 2 renditions of it, if not 3, I think.
The original song.
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't have that going as like the old school Mayhem feel. Like, is there any way you can, for like when you put it on, just put "Welcome to Talk Shoe"?
I don't know if I can get those. I was trying to find the classic episodes, and they're on a drive that's not connected to my computer right now. I know that. I thought I had them on like Google Drive or something, but because I was gonna just start with like that or post it or something. Like I may just like sneak those into the old feed. It's like the first 6 months of the show that we feuded with the Disney kid on that other platform. So
that poor Disney kid.
That poor Disney kid. If you're wondering, if you're tuning in, this is your first Wrestling Mayhem Show, this is what it is. It's the anniversary show. We will talk about Wrestle Kingdom eventually. We will probably talk about some other wrestling. There are wrestlers that are going to be on the show in some capacity, but this is what we do. This is
I mean, we already have indie wrestling legend David R. Demira.
We do. I wasn't going to bring that up this time. I was trying so hard not to bring up David R. Demira, Jobber to the Stars. But
it's all right. I mean, I put enough people over.
You did. Yes, that's right.
Hey, you know what?
I'm best on my back. What can I say?
You gave that young kid Elias the bump he needed.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
I let him throw me from one end of the ring to the other off the top rope and look like I got murdered.
You were good at that. You were the Dolph Ziggler of the promotion at that time.
Right.
You were just here to show the world.
Yeah, if only I looked half as good as Dolph.
Him, Dalton Castle. You teamed with somebody named John Roden. So who's doing great stuff now. So
I don't know who that is. I know Billy Goat Matt Segaris.
Billy Goat. I forgot Billy Goat.
He hated that so much.
I don't blame him. Holy shit.
Flexor and I tried to get him called that so many times. Just like I tried to get Andrew Palace called White Dynamite. He didn't like that one at all either.
I don't know why. That's a fantastic name.
There's even a song by I think is a rapper named Snack the Ripper, and it's called White Dynamite. And that was my inspiration. I heard it one day as I was like going to meet him, and I'm like, "You White Dynamite from now on." And he was like, "Sure, okay."
There is a related, because this is what I don't know if you were wrestling at the time, but I did find a video in the okay. Here's a couple weird ones that I found. First of all, there's a 10-minute video of apparently a carload of you, me, Chest, and I didn't watch enough to see who the fourth was. I'm guessing it was Pump Ferrari off the top of my head, driving the Clearfield for a show.
That was when Flexor, I believe that was when Chest Flexor tried to barter with a banana at the Burger King.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yep. I'm sure that's probably part of the video. I was just kind of skimming through some stuff. Also in there for no apparent reason is a video of Shane Taylor yelling at fans at the merch table in Cal U, I believe. Cal U, maybe.
That was fun fact. That was my very first wrestling match. Was at Cal U, where I was Hose B when the Gambinos were doing the mask gimmick.
Yeah,
and
there
I
was
filling in for a missing Mickey Gambino.
It was Jose and Hose B, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. They were very, yes.
Yeah.
We wrestled Cheech and Cloudy. And there was, I can't remember who else.
Didn't they call themselves Up in Smoke?
Oh,
Say that again.
Up in Smoke, I think was their team name back
that
then.
was their tag team name, Up in Smoke. But I remember,
was there a facade?
again, a little behind the. Did you say Facade was in that one? He might have been. That sounds about right. I remember we did an 8, because I think it was an 8-man, and we did the 8-man submission spot where everyone was grabbing a different submission hold throughout the match. My favorite interaction, and it was the only time I ever met the guy, Cheech Hernandez, working over a spot, and we're going over the match, a little behind the scenes. And it was part of the match where everyone's going to hit their finish on one another. And he looked at me, and again, I was still technically training, and I was just filling in because I was there. And he looked at me and was like, well, what's finish? And I was like, well, I'm working on this move. And he's like, well, you said the word working on, so I'm not taking it. And I was like, that's fair. And I think I just, like, I don't even know what I hit him with or something, but like a fireman's carry or something.
I've just found the show on YouTube, by the way. So
fantastic.
So Shane Taylor is like, I think this is the only time I've seen a show with Mia Yim.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, there's definitely. I can't tell who Facade is teaming up with in this one.
Is that when he was with like Gargano?
There's Nikki Valentino. Is Gargano in this too? Maybe that might
Bobby
be him.
Beverly.
No, that's Gory. I think that's Gory. I don't know if that looks like that. I think that's Jose. Yeah, that's moving like a Mickey Gambino. Oh,
Marshall.
Your first match, and you are in a super suplex of doom, an 8-man super suplex. So
it's good times.
It was good times.
That was a Halloween costume as well. What we were wearing with the big sombreros and this thin poncho, and it had like a bandoliers.
Is that
with shot glasses?
Oh, frick! What's his name?
Yes, Riz.
Is that Iron?
Gregor Iron?
I thought I just saw him like in the background there. But anyways, yeah.
Might be. He might have teamed with Valentino or something. So, but anyways, yeah, so it's on YouTube if you want to look up College Fight Fest Volume 1 over on IndyWrestling.us.
That was a fun drive, by the way.
Oh, you were at that one.
Yeah, I was at that one.
This is a single cam shoot for some reason, and I was at this one, I believe. I think I'm the one filming this one. So, yes, we were all around. But
Fight Fest 2 was at the Penn State's Greensburg campus, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one. It was the big show for Elias because that was his home college. And that was also a match between Chest Flexor and myself. And it was the first time I ever missed a moonsault.
Oh, there you are. Also one camera, unfortunately. So, yeah, there you getting rung up. So I love. Thank you for reminding us and taking us down this rat hole. But
anytime.
We have wait. Who's that referee? Wait a minute. Who's that referee? Is that who I think it is?
Is it Ronnie?
I think it's Ronnie Starks.
Wait, I reffed your first match?
Wouldn't have been my first.
No, this would have been the one in Greensburg. But,
what year was this?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
2011, April 20th, 4/20, 2011.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was working there then. Yeah. That's awesome. I ref one of your matches.
That's wild.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
Full circle.
I think
I was I was thinking to myself, was I there then? And then you're just hold on. I'm like, I guess I was.
Somewhere in my memory is a thought where I'm pretty sure I met Ronnie one time. He came up to our group, said something, walked away, and I was like, who the fuck was that guy? I'm pretty sure in my head that happened in the history. So
it definitely did.
Yes. So I'm just like, who? I don't know what's okay. So, but that's a time when I didn't know half the people that were there. So it's nothing. It's nothing. Anything.
That's pretty great.
So, as we've established, Ronnie Starks has apparently intertwined our wrestling lives over the last like 15 years as well. So, anyways, the DH days is Alexander Cars. Those
are interesting days.
So on that point, well, okay, while we're thinking back, let's we have a lot of submitted videos, and first of all, we want to go to Lunchbox, who has not been regularly. We ran him out of the wrestling business. Or actually, I think the wrestling business ran him out of the wrestling business.
I was going to say, I think we gently shuffled him out of the wrestling business.
We helped him realize how bad the wrestling business was, and maybe he should do more productive things, which he is doing, by the way, and has some pretty great stuff going on, actually. Last I've talked to him, including this video that he submitted. There are some visuals on here, so apologize. We are going to release these separately on our YouTube and Facebook and social media and such if you want to catch them and not dig into the whole video show if you're joining us on audio. But in the meantime, please enjoy this.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I'm Will Gainsborough, a.k.a. Will Rutherford, a.k.a. DJ Lunchbox, a.k.a. MCLB, a.k.a. Sawtooth Willie, a.k.a. Stoke Monkey. I used to be on the Mayhem Show back before you were even born. Probably. I don't know. The timeline is weird. None of that is important, though. What is important is that Sorg, look at me now, Sorg. Sorg, you've been doing this show for 15 fucking years. 15 genuine, Gregorian calendar approved fiscal years. It is an incredible accomplishment, my friend, and I am insanely proud of you. Sorg has made this show happen consistently in all kinds of weather. In the fat times, in the lean times, Sorg has rolled this Katamari diligently, and in doing so, he has created miracles. So, how long is 15 years in wrestling terms? Well, I went and searched the answer to that very question. Here are a few things that have happened in the past 15 years of professional wrestling. Dixie Carter and the Jarrett Boys did a bad WCW. WWE did several bad ECWs. SmackDown did a bad Chikara, and then an extremely good one. Jericho and the Rhodes Boys did a good WCW. International wrestling has become more accessible and more popular in the United States. WWE realized that women can wrestle, and they let them. In the past 15 years, we have seen the rise and fall of TNA. We've seen the rise and fall of Ring of Honor. We've seen the rise and fall of ECW for the second time. We've seen the rise and fall of The Streak, the rise and fall of CM Punk, the rise and fall of Daniel Bryan Part 2, the rise and fall of AJ Styles, also Part 2, the rise and 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 oh no, he left, of John Cena. The rise and fall of Hornswoggle. The world learned the names Roman Reigns, Jon Moxley, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Kenny Omega, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Bray Wyatt, Brody Lee, rest in peace, Alexa Bliss, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, The Miz, Asuka, Shinsuke Nakamura, The fucking New Day, Adam Cole, Britt Baker, Drew McIntyre, Orange Cassidy, Ricochet, fucking Elias. And also apparently Randy Orton is still there. And he's back to killing people, which, you hate to see that. Finally, and most importantly, in the past 15 years, we've all discovered that Batista is a much better actor than he ever was a wrestler. I'm sure I missed a million names and a million things, but I think you get the picture. Congratulations, Sorg. 15 fucking years. Here's to the next 15.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
I really like the music in the background too. It was
I'm
sweet.
surprised LB knew half of those names.
Oh, the
I
first.
think the
Go ahead.
best part about that was like the minor nod to how Sorg always didn't get Asuka's name right.
Whoa.
I don't know if that was
He
planned.
did Finn Balor's too.
Yeah.
Did Finn Balor.
Finn
He
Balor.
said Asuka. I'm like, and I'm
No,
like,
Asuka,
oh my
I got
gosh,
quick.
that's-
Asuka, I got quick. You corrected me, and I was done. Finn Balor, I had a Post-it note by my monitor in the camera until I got it right. Weeks later, months probably.
Months.
Months.
That's what-
Months. Apparently, from the chat room, Alex says apparently nobody told LB about Chikara. Yeah. Well, you know.
Although it was like when he kept saying the rise and rise and rise and rise and rise, I'm like, who is he building up for?
Well, he's got a picture. He's got a picture of who it is,
Yeah,
so it's not. It's
yeah,
not.
I know, but we weren't watching.
I know.
it,
I know.
Oh,
I know.
I was watching the feed. I'm sorry. I had to
The
see
feed was
it.
behind on Facebook for me though, so I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know who he's talking about. I'm like, it's gonna be like Hornswoggle or something.
But then there's
I think
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle.
But so yeah. That was fantastic. This is the first of several videos that we have here.
I still love how he posted the picture of him, of John Cena holding him as a baby goat, and then showed the same picture but zoomed in closer to Lunchbox.
Yeah, because that's when he said, "Look at me."
Yeah.
So-
Alex Scar says, "Wait, he was Stoke Monkey?"
That's what I thought.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure we are Stoke Monkey.
we are Stoke Monkey. Yes. Again,
like he has
Stoke
a
Monkey
guardian
is in
of
all of us.
just look at Mayhem Show Stoke Monkey on YouTube and have fun. Okay. That was a gag.
New Jersey.
Stoke Monkey.
Also, look up Sorgatron 2008.
What?
Or was it 2010? When did you run for president?
Me? When? Oh wait,
Yeah.
when did I run for president?
Sorgatron Savage.
Yeah, it was Sorg. Well, wasn't there?
I think that was 2008.
Between the Macho Man and the Stoke Monkey, who's gonna be your running mate?
Yeah. That was he still alive at the point? I don't know.
It was president of Jersey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, I rewatched some of those videos. I showed somebody one of those videos actually. So we have fun, but sometimes we talk about wrestling. Wrestle Kingdom happened the last couple of days, and we have with us the person that is a lot better at remember whose name is which in New Japan. Matt Carlins is with us right now.
That's me. I'm
That's
the
you.
expert again.
That's you.
I love it. I'm not an expert. I am merely attentive.
You know more
be
than me, so
I watched
more than
the
me.
show last night, and yes, I do know more than you guys do. So, but that's okay because look, here's a nice tangent. I decided just randomly to veer off and just check out a Pro Wrestling Noah show.
Oh no!
Because Wrestle Kingdom Night 1 went by so smoothly, and it was as if I was transported back in time to when I first started watching New Japan and knew no one. And I'm like right back at that spot watching Noah. I'm like, who are these people? It's just names and faces and nothing. And there's no English commentary. It's just like, figure it out. Good luck. So, yeah.
I figured out the first time that we started watching Wrestle Kingdom as a whole was for 9, and 15 just passed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was mostly because it was maybe the first time it was on broad pay-per-view in the States because of, and do you know why that was and who they partnered with?
Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett and Global Force Wrestling.
That's back when Jeff Jarrett was trying to sell bars of gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we all know how that went.
Yes, that went so bad. So bad.
Oh,
Well,
remember when he was in the...
He's a Hall of Famer in WWE now. So
He
I
is.
mean,
yeah.
I forgot he was in the Bullet Club.
Yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing.
he was the Bullet.
So,
but yeah, you're right. Wrestle Kingdom 9 was a big jumping on point for a lot of people because I remember watching it too.
Mhm.
And I hope I'm getting it right. There was a Nakamura Ibushi match on that card
I believe
that
that
blew my freaking mind.
Mhm.
And that was it basically. And
yeah.
then I just kind of stuck with it after that.
Jim Ross and Matt Stryker as commentary.
Mhm.
That was fun. to see
Yeah.
that. But anyways,
Oh, by the way, speaking of Matt Striker on commentary, Chachi, also a former Mayhem, is not watching the show right now. But I forgive him because he's live tweeting Lucha Underground episodes.
Is he right now?
Yes, right now. So while you have this show up, if you're watching live, go to Twitter. Just type in the hashtag Chachi Underground. Chachi doesn't think Cage belongs in Lucha Underground. Oh boy, is he wrong.
Wait, what?
He thinks Brian Cage doesn't belong in Lucha Underground.
Well, he said he doesn't look like he should belong on a show called
Get by that real quick, man.
He'll come around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just tweeted him like, just wait till you see what they do.
Yes.
Just wait. Just wait.
He's not. Wow. That was nice. He's not like as tall of a guy as you would think.
No.
Like more wide.
No, he's about as wide as I would think. But
well, I mean, as you'd think, but yeah.
We're just like, what? That's exactly how I thought that stack of a man would shape up. But I thought he'd be taller. But also he's in there with a bunch of luchadors, so you know.
Sorg, I have another email.
Is it about Wrestle Kingdom?
No. I'll read it after. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I don't know why. It's another Hotmail account.
Okay.
Hotmail, I think, is just sending me emails at this point.
They must have rebooted the server.
It's not Juggalo Jamie.
So for those that don't want to invest in 2 nights of Wrestle Kingdom, going back and watching and all that, what match should people pay attention to that happened over the last 2 days?
Oh, which match was worth your 999 yen? Well, I mean, like, night 1 was awesome. Like the final 2 matches on night 1 were spectacular. Like Okada Ospreay was great. It was, you know, it was one of those matches where the expectations are unfairly high for both of them going into it, but somehow they make it work and they still get where they need to go. Naito Ibushi was also awesome, which was nice to see because Naito can be a little bit hit or miss for me. And I would also say from night 1, not to sleep on Hiromu and El Phantasmo because that match was great. And ELP, I will try to distinguish between ELP the person and ELP the wrestler, and say ELP the wrestler is the most disgusting human being in the entire industry. Just the lowest form of humanity. Just a bad dude. And but it's fun to watch, and it makes for great wrestling. Night 2, I mean, I don't know. Look, I watched night 1. I did not try to stay up late. I got kids to get on the bus in the morning, Sorgi. So I did the go to bed, don't touch your phone, wake up, get the kids on the bus, then sit down and then watch the Wrestle Kingdom. Night 1, no problem. Went through that, no problem. The show this morning, a little bit tougher. Everything before the intermission, great. Shingo Takagi and Jeff Cobb was amazing.
Oh, yes.
Just big dude, not necessarily, again, deceptively not as big dudes as you would think, but still big dudes, just beating the crap out of each other. Just fantastic all the way through. And then there was the intermission, and then Sonata and Evil came out, and I do what I always do when Sonata comes out. I fell asleep. And despite the full night of sleep beforehand,
Wait a minute.
I heard it was all right, but I didn't see it.
Wait a minute. Wait, that's when I started passing out too.
It's not your fault. It's
okay.
Sonata.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, Sonata is Japanese for Sandman.
Sonata is Japanese for go to sleep. Anyway, no, that's the other guy. Wait. And then you get to your main event, and it's Ibushi and Jay White for 48 minutes. And you would think that's a lot of damn wrestling, but they kind of made it work. And I must also preface that by saying, I think I woke up a third of the way through the match. So
I think I did too.
What I saw was great. But it's 48 minutes.
Yeah.
So pack a lunch. But if you're into New Japan, you will like it. And if you're like me and you really like Jay White, you will really like it. So those are pretty much the high points that you need to catch. Don't watch the Sonata match. You will fall asleep. Be careful.
Yeah. That was.
but you watched too. So what did you?
Oh, that was the junior heavyweight one, right?
No.
No. Okay. This is where everything's getting mushy for me. No.
Okay, Sonata wrestled Evil.
Evil. Oh, yeah. I was having problems with that. Okay.
And then the second from the top was Hiromu and Taiji Ishimori for the junior heavyweight. I didn't see that. I heard it was all right, but I didn't see it because I was so knocked out by the Sonata match. I didn't wake up again until Jay White and Kota Ibushi.
Jay White, everything is amazing.
He's amazing.
So this is a phenomenon I saw between the main events. I don't know if this is just a thing this year, but Ibushi after he beat Naito was so wiped out and didn't know what was going on after he beat him that he went back for the pin like a minute later while his music was playing.
Yeah. He played it like he was like so absolutely gone and so just clobbered that he had no idea he won the match. He was still crawling to like climb onto Naito for a pin after the match was over for a minute.
There's this thing with Ibushi where he stares off into space.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's just him being intense.
Mm-hmm.
But he's awesome. He's amazing. But it's just because there was a lot of like points of emotion in a match like that, and it's just him just like beelining.
I think that's his like hulking up moment. I think.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the like I'm gonna stare off on space even though you're smacking me in the side of the head situation. Yeah.
I mean, who among us haven't had those moments?
Yeah. So those were great moments. The Yano thread through the entire weekend was good. Yano winning the Rambo Rumble. Am I saying that right?
Okay.
Okay.
I have no idea. It's okay.
No, don't do that to me, Riz.
I thought it was just a bad interpretation of the Rumble, but then I heard everyone still calling it the Rambo. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I just know it works like a Royal Rumble.
Yes.
They put all the dads in it.
Yes.
And they all go and they file in one after another.
But now it turns into the last four go and do a four-way for the King of Wrestling.
Yeah. Right, because we got to do that thing.
And I'm confused.
I don't even want to explain it.
They talk about the King of Wrestling is going to change the rules of wrestling or something like that, and I'm just like, wait, what's happening?
Okay, so I am going to have to explain it. All right, I'm going to try to explain it.
Is it? I don't mean to interrupt. Is it more or less confusing than a TNA King of the Mountain match?
No.
I could not explain the King of the Mountain match to you right now here on the spot, but I'm going to attempt to do the King of Pro Wrestling, so I guess that explains which one's easier to explain and figure out. So, all right, so last year, Yano won a match and got the King of Pro Wrestling 2020 trophy, but that didn't make him the champion because you're not the 2020 King of Pro Wrestling until you get to the end of the year holding the trophy. So you have to get through all the other matches. And so the way they do the matches when the trophy's on the line is that each person competing in the match. So say, for example, Sorg has the King of Pro Wrestling 2020 trophy, and he's going to fight, I don't know, Doc Remedy. And so Sorg says, I want this match to be an Oscar trophy on a pole match. And Doc Remedy says, I want this match to be a home office street fight. And then the people vote, and they decide which stipulation is going to be. And then they have the match, and we see if the trophy changes hands. And then whoever wins goes on, and the process repeats until you get to the end of the year. Yano got to the end of the year with the trophy for 2020.
How has no one done a home office street fight?
I mean, I'm just here with the free ideas, everybody. So, like, anybody out there, bookers, I know you're out there. Just you can have this for free. So now the process starts anew. Now they're competing for the 2021 trophy. This is too complicated. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's perfect for Yano, but it's absurd and it's ridiculous.
Wait, is that why they had the match that was with
Bad Luck Fale?
Bad Luck Fale, where the match was either Bad Luck body slams him or he rips all the turnbuckles off each of the corners.
Yeah, it was either a body slam match. The stipulation ended up being you can win either by body slamming your opponent or removing basically the last of the 4 turnbuckle pads. And so that was, perfect for Yano, but
yeah,
it's absurd. The match, somehow that match worked.
Oh, it was great. It was the highlight. It's the one I was looking forward to on the Road to series. So, and notice that's the one they didn't put out for free.
So Was
They
it
know
different
people are willing to
stipulations?
pay for Yano, so
Was it different stipulations for each guy to win?
it was no.
No.
It's different stipulations being voted on, but that was a stipulation. For the
Oh,
match.
okay.
The only
Yeah.
one stipulation for the match itself. But yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, there's not like two routes to victory.
Although,
No.
sidebar, that would be an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Like a bull rope ladder match. One person can only win by grabbing the title from a ladder. The other one can only win by throwing the other guy into the four corners. Again, another free idea.
We need Marcus Mann here to tell us if this is even feasible.
Well, I mean, that one's feasible. I already have the finish. You have the one guy going up for the belt. The guy pulls him off with the bull rope. He lands on the last corner. Boom.
Yeah. It's a good finish.
Wow. So
I just punch and kick, bro. I just punch and kick.
And you're a licensed official. Before we get off of Wrestle Kingdom, I will mention one last thing worth checking out. If you go to New Japan's YouTube and you check out Jay White's post Wrestle Kingdom Night 2 backstage,
fantastic.
he does like it felt like a 15-minute promo. I swear to God, it's the best damn thing I've seen in a long time. I don't want to oversell it, but dude,
he's
was amazing.
He's again super worn out. He is yelling at the reporters for not helping him as a man in need. He is so wiped out that his head is the microphone is just a holding microphone, right? And it's just on its side on the table, and he just has his head on the table beside the mic yelling at it, and then ends up
on this rant about how when he first started out, he left New Zealand. He didn't see his parents for 3.5 years, and he went to Japan, and now he's stuck in Japan during this damn pandemic, and all of this, blah blah blah. And for what? For what? And that's basically what it all gets to. Also, I could just lose in the main event. For what? It's just, yeah, it's amazing.
He officially announced that this would be his last day at New Year Dash, which is basically their kind of Raw after WrestleMania situation, a big reset kind of thing. So I don't know. I don't know what that means.
We'll see where things go. He's not going anywhere, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I don't think he can go anywhere because he's stuck in Japan.
I only watch. Oops, sorry. Go ahead, Sorg.
No, that's it.
But I was gonna say I only watched like the stuff that popped up on my Twitter feed and whatnot because I love sleep. But how were the crowds?
A lot of clapping. I mean, they limited it so they had already limited seating. There was some announcements about the COVID limitations because stuff is spiking in Japan again. And they had, I think, halted ticket sales at that point. So I mean, there's
the house was like 7,000 or 8,000 fans for both nights.
Yeah. And they're usually like 20 to 40,
I heard you
aren't they?
have like an app on your phone to like make sure to tell them you're clean and
that was the thing. So if you go to the site, there was actually an announcement. If you go to this show, you did have to download the government contact tracing app and enter the code on your seat. Like that was a requirement for them, because Japan does not fuck around. Apparently,
man, we should do something like that.
Oh, we would. Riz, we can't even have people figure out the PIN codes on their phones.
That's true.
That is.
Can I do it with my face? Can I do it?
You know, I've been to Japan.
Log it with my face.
I've been to Japan one time. Their trains run exactly on time. Like to the point where I was in a subway station and I let 4 trains pass just to see if they were all exactly on time. It was terrifying and enthralling at the same time.
Bobby F. J-Town is chiming in. I remember Jay White and Colt Cabana playing horse after Super Indy that one year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
there was there was a Super Indy field, and it was like that one where Jay White was there. And if you look at that field now, you're like, oh my God, how did the hell they get all these guys into Elizabeth?
Yeah. It's like him and Adam Cole was my first time seeing Adam Cole, and I'm just like, yep, this guy's gonna do something.
Wait, was that when he had like white trunks?
I don't know. They had like green trunks that I remember, but like he was there like 2 or 3 times before he came back later on.
It's weird because like when I look back at my time at IWC, I worked with like Jay White and Adam Cole and like John Moxley, and I'm like,
we filmed Chase Owens and Lee Moriarty 2 summers ago. You know, and there he is in the Rambo Rumble.
This is the one. Okay, this is the one where he came back. Or no. Yeah, this is the one where he came back. It looks like.
I just brought up every Super Indie tournament just to see because
this one had Jay White, Adam Cole, LaRusso, Grisham, DJZ, Cabana, Joey Janela, and Mike Orlando.
Mike Orlando's doing something. I saw his name pop up again the other day.
He's the odd man out in this.
Wow,
and it's
Bobby
a great
Fish
group.
was at Super Indy 12.
Oh, Bobby Fish was a staple
Kyle O'Reilly with him that year.
for a year or two. As my
Tony Eats.
as my fill-in, and by the way, I of course I got this DVD from. So there's two things. I picked up Joe Dabrowski from his DVD bin, which I realized that he sold me out of the back of my own car.
How'd that happen?
Well, we were going to Conquest, and I was like, hey, I saw these DVDs on top, and he's like, yeah, I'm selling them for like a couple bucks. And I was like, hey, I want this one. I got A Night of Hoopla, which was a Truth Martini sleazy ROH show, basically. Which, by the way, now I have our Ring of Honor Club, at least for the minute, and it's on there too. So I was like, great. But I own this. Because it was one of those shows, like when they were doing stuff there, and it caught my attention. And at the time, we were doing the interviews with Truth Martini up in Detroit for probably the Zach Gowen documentary and everything, right? So I'm like, okay, I remember this was supposed to be a fun thing. I want to grab. I also grabbed one of the Gathering the Juggalos JCWs. One of the years I wasn't there, I think. But there's this match. The match is completely in its entirety on YouTube. It's about 25 minutes. It is an homage, I think, because the Ultimate Warrior had recently passed, maybe at this point. It's an homage to WrestleMania 7, Ultimate Warrior versus Macho Man, by Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, and Delirious.
I remember.
Okay, so I hate that Savage Warrior match. It sounds like I would love this match.
You would.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
You definitely would.
The special referee is Maria Canales.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. You're just overselling this.
There is a sensational Sherry. I don't know who it is that is playing it, but I will say that she's in theme with Black Machismo. And they do the pre-promo.
Wait, is there also a Miss Elizabeth?
I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it, but I will point out that I believe the Mike Bennett Maria Bachelor Party show was around this time too. So I'll just leave that there. The YouTube link is on the Mayhem Show group, but you can just search it on YouTube. It's there. But I am fine having the DVD. So that's what I watched before. And also the show is horrible. There's like a pants off dance off party with a bunch of ladies, and Davey Richards comes out and dances with them. I don't know. It gets weird. But I'm like halfway through. It's like no commentary. It's a weird indie show, basically. It's the Gathering of the Juggalos with less actual exposed boobs.
Well, that sounds unfortunate.
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. So,
you had me at pants off, dance off.
Yeah.
Yes. So that got about like halfway through that DVD.
Fun fact about pants off dance offs.
Yes.
That's what half the shows in the basement were.
I'm listening.
Yeah. Chest flexor.
Oh no.
On the day of my wedding, challenged my mother and mother-in-law to a pants-off dance-off, in which it got to the point where his pants were unbuckled and about 1.5 inches down his hips. Great times. Great times.
Can we all agree that Chest Flexor is a legend?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right up there with Alicia Fox.
Well, Alicia Fox is no legend.
I mean that sincerely.
And I mean what I just said
In
sincerely.
fact,
She's no
in
legend.
fact, mixed match challenge, Chest Flexor and Alicia Fox.
Boom.
On that note, Pants Off Dance Off is a perfect transition to, according to my list, a video from John McChesney, of all people.
He didn't big league us.
He did not big league us.
Fabulous.
Yes. So we do have a special message here. So let's hear from Fabulous. No, that's his old name. Big League. Oh, he was fabulous at the time. John McChesney.
I'm just so sick of these things. That's better. That's better. Wrestling Mayhem Show. Sorg. 15-year anniversary, man. That's amazing. And I guess, as you told me, I was one of the first guests ever, which makes me feel a little bit old, but it's still nice to know that I was one of the first on the Mayhem Show. Now, I'm not here to blow smoke up your butt or anything, but I want to say one thing. Thank you, Sorg, and the rest of the Wrestling Mayhem Show, for all the support you give us in the Pennsylvania area. From Revenge Pro Wrestling to IWC Wrestling to every wrestling company that you've worked for, you have gone above and beyond to make us look amazing. So thank you. Congratulations to 15 years. And here's to 15 more, brother, from Big League.
There you go. Thank you. He was the third interview that we had on the show.
Ooh.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
He said first, though.
Well, he was
one of the first. One of the first. So
who was the very first one?
that was Jason Gorey.
Nice.
That was Jason Gore, and he did retweet the time that he spit in my face out in front of the studio here. In his congratulations a little bit ago. So, yes. So thank you, John McChesney. Well, we are going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have more videos. We're going to have favorite Mayhem moments. We're going to talk about a new podcast that Matt Carlins is doing, and we do.
I have an email.
And you have an email. What? Another email. Wow.
I know, it's weird.
Wow. So we'll be right back in about 3 minutes.
Hey guys, it's Zeke Mercer, one half of the Tag Team Champions. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a champion, if you want to survive this thing, wear your freaking mask, okay? It comes in all different colors. You can get Eclipse Blue, JC White and Black, or even hell, Blue and Gold. But guys, please, also remember, please, it goes over the nose. Over the nose. Thank you.
The world of pro wrestling, it's bigger than ever. So how can you possibly keep up with everything that's happening? Just pro wrestling news. Don't fear falling behind. Give us just 5 minutes every morning, and we'll catch you up on the biggest news in the world of pro wrestling. No filler, no rumors, no spoilers, no pop-ups. Just pro wrestling news. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app or tell your smart speaker to play the Just Pro Wrestling News podcast. Find out more. Go to justprowrestlingnews.com.
For a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. It's the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for referee.
Wrestling Mayhem Show, welcome to part 2. I'm glad you got into the second download or the second CD that you burned this episode to, because that is entirely something that we did early on in the show. Early on, it was recommended probably at a pod camp.
Sounds about right.
That if you do your shows, make sure they're short enough to fit on a CD. And actually, we do know that there was somebody that listened to the show that did burn our show to CDs so they could listen to them on the way to work.
I want to point out something.
Were you that person too?
I was the one who put who made put the podcast on Zune.
What color was the Zune? What color was the Zune?
Red.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree.
Bobby said he saw his 13th floppy disk.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Oh boy! And now we're full featured streaming video in a hot, actually video page for Indy Wrestling US. We're actually already in full 1080, I believe, but everybody else is 720, so you don't get the full Sorg.
You never go full Sorg.
No.
You only get the full Sorg if you bring an assortment of D batteries.
You know what you know what I think what we do need to do is go full Chad right now. Chadwick the Shadwick has a message for us.
Spirit.
Chad the Shad here to congratulate the Wrestling Mayhem Show for 15 years of mayhem. Looking back, who would have thought we would ever reach this part? A full decade and a half of debauchery, mayhem, and plenty of laughs. But really, I'd like to thank the Sorgs, both Missy and Michael, for all the work they've done over 15 years for both myself and many of the other OG staff and current staff all across the platforms that they run. The Wrestling Mayhem Show is I guess you would say, the cornerstone, the original programming that has led to so much joy and happy and opportunities and happiness in other people's work and lives and everything. Without the Wrestling Mayhem Show, we would all be worse off. So, Chad the Shad here, of course, wishing everybody there a happy new year as we go into 2021, and also to wish the Wrestling Mayhem Show many, many more years of great entertainment, great discussion, plenty more Mayhem Manias, and of course, many, many appearances by Chad the Shad. I plan on coming back, getting into the studio at some point here. Basically, I have to say something to stoke my own ego here. But no, really, thanks to everybody I've ever met through the show, the Sorgs, Mad Mike, Matt Carlins, Of course, when I brought Doc Remedy and then everybody else, there's Vimmel and Brian Chappelle way back being OG with it. And, of course, DJ LB, Mr. Lunchbox there, and Riz and Bobby F. J. Town and all you guys. And I'm sure there's some I forget. You know, it's hard to just go ahead and spout off every name in 15 years, but you've all had an impact on the show and an impact on each other, and that's something to hold up high and really appreciate, especially over a 15-year lifespan, and one that doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. So, Wrestling Mayhem Show, congratulations on 15. Next year, you'll be able to drive yourself to the local indie shows with your own driver's license, since you'll be 16 and all. Enjoy that learner's permit this year. All right, hello to everyone. And congratulations again on 15 years of mayhem.
Thanks, Dad.
What a heel.
I was gonna say that was quite a responsible and just genuine, honest Chad the Shad there. We've really come a long way from talking about people being stuffed in freezers.
He didn't say sphere once.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Is he feeling okay?
Yeah.
I want to point out, so the music, like, you just throw on a random playlist here in the office usually while we're working, and very appropriately, knowing that this video was in the mix for tonight, Metalingus was playing. So
on this day?
On this day, I see clearly. And, I mean, we started with the biggest, the fallout of the biggest night of Edge's career the day after the New Year's Revolution, Edge Money in the Bank cash-in, and followed by the live sex celebration. And there we go. He was saying all those names. I got to point something out here. There was a fellow that I think he still pops up every once in a while in our group, Gabriel Pierce, right? Familiar name. So I've been playing Battlegrounds, and I got to the last guy you unlock in a campaign. His name is Gabriel Pierce, and I'm like playing. I'm like, this name seems familiar.
Or same guy.
Same guy. Same guy.
Weird. We were talking to a video game character this whole time.
I didn't think it looked like the picture, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Same guy. Sword front. How many of us really look the exact same in 15 years?
That's very true.
We proved that when we shared pictures of the last 24 hours.
Absolutely. Sword, you used to have long hair.
Well, it's back. Well, it's getting there again. But you know.
I mean, like really.
You had long hair.
Yeah.
Like Shield hair.
What?
You.
Like Shield level hair. If you threw some conditioner in it and just walked down a random venue staircase, you know.
Mouth sounding ban-out. And
you know, cock your fist like it's a fucking, you know,
what?
Like it's a fleshlight or something. Like
what?
By the way, can we
nice callback. By the way, nice callback.
Yeah, can we just say that fleshlight, you're welcome.
What did we do for fleshlight? We didn't sell a single fleshlight when we tried to do that.
Well, you know why? That's because they didn't give us free samples.
Yeah,
that's true.
But now they're now they're a bigger company for it.
Hold the fuck on! What did you guys do?
Well, you don't know about this.
You don't know about
this. Listen, man.
We used to be sponsored by Fleshlight.
No, it was. Listen, man.
We
would have things like, if you look on the podcast from about 10 years ago, there was brought to you by Audible. Get a free book with this code. Sponsored by Flesh.
I think those still work.
They might still work, actually.
If you probably go to like audibletrial.com/WMS, I guarantee it's still.
But like 100 people need to use them for us to get a buck. Something like that. And we did it with Fleshlight too, because I saw it and I'm like, well, we can have fun with this, right? So at least we had fun with it. And you notice we do have the parental advisory, and we used to be a little raunchier than we are now.
A little. That's an understatement of 15 years.
Yeah.
As we established earlier, we said tits a lot. Oh, Bobby would get super embarrassed when we did those ads.
You say, Sork. You say we used to say tits a lot. We did a live reaction viewing of me watching Two Girls, One Cup.
Sorg, Eamon and I read fan fiction.
You did.
We're writing fan fiction.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
That involved Cesaro.
It was an hour and a half podcast.
It was Cesaro and who?
Was it Orton?
I do not remember at all, but it was wildly uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
It's either Orton or Ambrose.
I feel like it was Ambrose.
Because I know from like a couple of times looking at like just scanning through that stuff, there might be a lot of Dean Ambrose in there.
Alex says maybe the real fleshlight is the friends we made along the way.
Which is true.
I'm sure that's probably true for some people here.
Oh.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't.
Man,
Sorry,
Mike, do you have an email?
How about an email, and then we're gonna. What is your favorite Mayhem moment? Is gonna be the big question here.
No,
but
Sorg,
but
we're
first
not
the
gonna
email.
say that yet.
What? What?
I'll get to that.
What do you mean we'll get to that?
Sorg,
I'll get to
Sorg.
that.
Okay.
Ironically, this email also has one question in it.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Because it's from May 7th, 2012, from our buddy Vimmel. It's from Vimmel.
Motherfucking Vimmel. Vimmel is the gentleman that joined us, visited us within our first year of the show.
Without Vimmel visiting you guys and living to tell the tale, I would never have visited Pittsburgh. And would never have met any of you people in person.
You
I
came.
had Vimmel convinced that I bought a new car to pick him up from the airport.
The point where you guys were going to go to the airport, and all of us sitting here saying, we have no idea what this guy looks like.
Try imagine waiting in luggage claim, waiting for a guy who may or may not be Vimmel showing up. And it was Chad the Shad and I kind of being like, does this guy look like Vimmel to you? I don't know. Does he look like Vimmel to you?
What does a Vimmel
And
look
it basically took him approaching us and being like, Chad, Doc, hey!
Because we had lots of pictures of us hanging out with Ray Rowe and Sterling James Keenan, Corey Graves on our MySpace page. So that was easy.
God, I wish we still had access to the MySpace page.
My God. Anyways, the email.
Yes, the email from Vimmel. This week, one question, but Chiachi, I love you too. Can someone be considered a great wrestler, or should it really be limited to saying someone took part in a great program? And he spells program with an E on the end.
How English?
Yes. He said, all of you discuss and I'll have my say. He says, Batista, would you say he's a great wrestler, or just some really great programs with Cena and Triple H? Scott Steiner, I'm not sure much of his work in WCW, but he had an awesome program with Stacy Keibler and Test. What brought this up for me was seeing an old Undertaker promo where he was halting in his delivery and made little sense. Is he a great wrestler, or is he just involved in amazing programs because he makes sure the programs make sense and lead to good matches?
Topical. That's very topical.
Yeah. Anyway, much love to all except the guy who sounds like he hasn't hit puberty yet.
Amen.
That was the reason I read that email.
Oh, I should have reached out to email too.
Weasel fan.
So Discovery, I did not realize we have interviewed Danhausen on the show, on the Indy Mayhem show.
But before Danhausen became Danhausen.
He was Donovan Danhausen.
Yeah.
It was one of Eamon's gets from his circle down there in Texas. And I'm just like, motherfucker, completely interviewed him. That's why he seems so familiar.
Isn't that where we met with Effie over here?
What?
Because of Eamon?
I can't remember. No, I think we did that after Eamon because I wanted to talk to Effie.
I thought Effie was through my buddy in Florida.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's right.
That makes more sense.
Oh, and Alex says, side note, he's going to miss National Pro Wrestling Day this year.
National Pro Wrestling Day.
There it is. I had to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, National
Now,
Pro Wrestling
should we
Day.
talk about it like we're in 2005, or should we like?
I mean, we don't even have to answer a question.
No. I think we just leave that.
Technically, we've already answered that question.
Yes, we did. I think LB did when we with the Batista's a better actor line earlier in the show. So,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Guys,
Okay, so
what is
Hey,
your
Can
favorite?
I just stop real quick?
Sure.
Because we have to get the intro in, Sorg.
The intro?
It's time that we remember when.
Remember when?
Remember when? No one made words to remember when.
What?
We just improvised. Remember when?
Go ahead, Sorg.
Wow. Remember when? Your favorite moments of the Mayhem Show. We got one from Bobby F. J. Town. I forgot about that song.
Nice,
I forgot.
nice one. I completely forgot about
that. Was a
that.
segment on the show. Was Remember When?
I love how like we didn't even say respect the pause like we always do. Just shut the fuck up. Just start yelling and screaming like during that.
My favorite Mayhem moment was when we did a no holds barred riff track that nobody ever heard because it was buried in the archives, like the Ark of the Covenant released the Snyder Cut. Also, that live show was damn fun. Also, when Riz interviewed Dalton Castle in RJ City, it is a personal embarrassment because I rented an entire movie theater. And there were 5 of us.
Hey, to be fair,
That's
if you
why.
did that in 2020, you'd be considered being very safe.
That's right. We were ahead of the curve.
We were ahead of our time.
Jeez.
And somehow behind.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious because he brings this up every year right now, and I'm like, I'm going to do it. And
2021, the DC fanboys are going to get their fucking whiny crybaby shit. Release the other Snyder Cut, the one that's actually going to be good.
Yep.
Hold on. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Wait, no, that's the actual movie, No Holds Barred. Hold on a second.
Yeah, it's like
It really is buried. It's in there.
Hold on. Here's a GarageBand file. This is probably it. Hold on a second. Do I have video from this? I don't.
Yeah.
Do I?
I think you were trying to get like the
probably,
backs of the heads.
I probably didn't bother because we were probably just going to release this as an audio track for you to sync. I have no idea if it's good either. I can't. I may, Bobby. I'm sure it was great. Okay. You know what? Damn it. You know what we're doing right now? Right now, we're going to take these 2 files. We are downloading them to my computer right now. And hopefully within the week we'll do No Holds Barred. Hold me to it there, Bobby. We also have from the chat room, Alex Carr is my buddy in California. Visit him every time I get a chance to go out there for work, if that'll ever happen again. My favorite Mayhem moment was the first Christmas special I saw you do, 2012 or thereabouts. What happened? What did we do? What did we do that year? Was I drunk?
We got really drunk.
Was I drunk?
No. Was the
no. There was this STD Christmas special. I was drunk.
That was the time
fell under the
where...
desk. It's still out there. I didn't take it down. Fell under the desk.
Was that the last time we were at the old studio?
No, that was here.
That was here.
That was here.
Okay.
There's ones where I got pretty drunk there in the studio. But
was that when you booped the internet?
Yeah.
So when I booped the internet, threw up on myself. And chest flexor almost set my Christmas tree on fire, leg wrestling Bradley.
I mean, but what was memorable about it?
Yes.
That just sounds like every year. That's the joke.
Mm-hmm. Podner says, honestly, my favorite was listening to Mayhem Mania, walking around Shadyside, waiting while Ruth had her cancer treatments, and just having something to laugh at. There you go. Wow. Alex, similar. I am grateful for that time you let me help interview Bryce Remsburg. Yes, because he was doing the Chikara podcast. So I'm like, well, obviously you need to be on. Tina, there's a few, but we'll just go with the ones that are novel to me. My first listen to the STD Christmas special, last day in the basement, and getting to participate in Mayhem Mania. Last day in the basement. What did we do the last day in the basement?
That was the time where Ferrari was like
The last day in the
I think
basement?
he was. The only thing he had on was a bow for a while.
Well, that was a Christmas. Like the last
Yeah,
Christmas.
I
in
thought
the
that was
basement.
the last show. Before
Did we do anything special when we left the basement studio? Like other than
I
carry
thought that was
other
it.
Than no, that was a Christmas because we did that in the middle of summer in like August or July.
Oh,
actually.
Well, we might have had Christmas in July.
We carried the couch
You
up
carried
the
the
street.
chair, yeah, the couch. I mean,
let's see. At times Sorg and I
which, by
did
the way, is still comfortable as all.
that time that Sorg and I did the post lucha thing in Cali. What did we do post lucha? I can't remember.
Yeah, you guys called into the midweek war, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
In our faces that you actually got to see Lucha Underground live.
Yeah.
And we hated you for it. Never get that fucking chance.
Yes. Mayhem Show goes the King of Trios.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
From Mayhem Missy.
I remember that. Sorg, remember when we went to go get Philly cheesesteaks? I'm wearing my Yankees World Series gear. You're wearing your Pens Stanley Cup gear, and we were the two most hated people.
It wasn't me. Who was it? Me?
Yeah.
Mayhem Missy.
I
and the
feel like
Penguins
I
gear.
think it was you guys.
Was Missy? Okay.
That's not a
Okay.
thing I would have done.
I remember we were both rocking it, and the looks we got when we walked in, like I think we both just said, "We'll wait outside for sandwiches."
And she also wants to mention, should I wrestle that baby swing?
Shenanigans.
I need to go back and do a supercut of the best of
It was
should I
really
wrestle
just
that.
a somersault senton into a baby swing.
It really was.
That wasn't even that. It was a splash. I just splashed the
kinda
baby swing
fell onto
and
it.
cracked my forehead off the floor.
I remember my fondest memory is the time that you cross body blocked the Stuff-A-Bus.
Yeah, that was a good one. Stuff a bus. The first one was that during Yin's team when that storage container that was right next to the field. Fun fact, I've watched that with my family and in-laws so many times, and everyone does this like remix loop of just bonk, 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 and then slap on the ground. That was when Papuga pinned me. Shenanigans.
You know, I talk about I'm trying to figure out things that I need to put on TikTok. I really should just look into the archives and see what we have on YouTube.
I remember when you guys came up to the city, and we were trying to get onto dirt sheet websites by saying we found Edge just walking around Central Park.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, best video. Probably one of the most watched videos on the old site, on the old page was.
Oh, the MSG?
Edge, MSG.
Oh, hell yeah.
After the show.
Yes. Oh god, I feel like we've shown that recently.
And Remedy just like he goes into my ear and he's like, "Mike, we're lifting Chad up now." I'm like, "We're doing the we're lifting Chad up."
wild.
I'm like,
Lifted him up onto our shoulder.
we just both bent down and lifted Chad up.
Like he was an Olympic hero. We put him up on our shoulders, and all of MSG as they're exiting is just chanting "Edge, Edge, Edge." And then he got a picture with this one family,
Japanese family.
Yeah, the entire there was at least 8, and just Chad in the middle, just spear pose and everything.
But you know what's funny? Like if you look at like when WWE goes to shows like in Japan, there are groups of people that will do that. Like just straight up complete cosplay. So they're probably like, "Oh, they do that here too. This is great."
No, I really think they thought it was Edge.
It's very possible. I'm sure some people from a distance was like, "What the fuck is Edge doing in this exit? Like, shouldn't he be showering or something?"
Especially with those random jabronis that are around him.
Yeah. Any other moments you guys want to bring up?
Can I bring up one that like Mad Mike and Matt and I had that we keep on asking to bring back, and we keep just going, maybe not now, but like,
well, what?
The wrestling game show was fun.
Yes.
If you have a spare 2 hours that you don't have anything to do with, just go back and watch like some of those super epic long trivia contests between like either Mad Mike and I, or Riz and Mad Mike, or whoever, and just like whatever one of us ends up being the host, just like doing these long pauses.
Oh, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. Yeah.
You're wrong.
It's like watching Family Feud. Each family only has one person.
It's like watching Family Feud, except you're watching it and it's 2 hours long, and the pace is reduced to a slow crawl.
And like at hour number 1, you just see a nice little decline in how we're like really playing this game, and how if somebody just says that's a good guess, you just decide to snap a little bit inside each and every time.
You know what? All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna think of a topic. We're gonna bring back the wrestling game show.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna think of a topic.
For me, it's the perfect is the enemy of good, and I want to do it, but I want to do it like right.
Yeah.
If we do it, and that's why we haven't, because I don't have
Steve Harvey
the energy. Because just started another. Actually, I just started 2 podcasts at the beginning of the year here. By the way. One of them is.
I would love to do it and do it right, but I am in the same boat as Sorg. I'm like,
yes,
I got this other thing on my plate.
Yes.
Like I got my Twitch channel now.
I mean, yeah, it's. Anyways,
what better place to do it than on Twitch, Riz? I mean, that's what that stupid thing was made for, was Twitch.
We got.
You have 2 people right now who are like on Twitch. Just putting it out there.
By the way,
go,
I want to
go,
point.
Go follow.
So we have an unscheduled video that's sort of a moment of the year.
What?
Jackson Argos gave us a gift for our 15th anniversary.
Wait, Canada Dry Jackson Argos?
Canada Dry Jackson Argos. So let's see what this is.
This is the agenda of Argos. Thank you very much. Yes, it's the agenda for the evening. The things that I will be talking about, the things I choose to bring up, Sorg. As long as the focus is on me tonight, that's all I care about. And the first thing you will do is put on this.
What the heck?
That's your Canadian dunce cap. Hey. What we're going to do is we're going to take this. You are in the presence of a champion.
That's a good-looking belt.
I'm a good-looking guy.
Oh, there he goes. He's taking it.
Michaels the best way we can. And I would never do anything this despicable to anybody. I'm a good person. I don't care. I hate all of you. It's going to be so fantastic to watch all of your children cry.
There he goes.
That's how that's done. Can't wait to see divorce rates go through the roof when all the husbands go, I'll never be as cool as Jackson Argos, and all the wives go, you're right. It's that simple.
He gets to keep the rookiness and carry it around like the Stanley Cup.
I think I like him for next year too.
Yes!
Two-time Rookie of the Year would be
campaigning
great.
Now. Yeah. My Rookie of the Year trophies, Super Argos Tournament. A plethora of people said that I couldn't win this, and a plethora of people said I couldn't do it again, and I did it. Don't care. Heard he's having a baby. Don't care.
Really?
Don't care.
He's having a kid.
I don't care. He already has kids. I don't care.
Okay.
That baby could be a star of a show called Babies I Don't Care About. So there's that. Shawn Michaels has never looked better. You want to put that in your nose? I'm not the freaking underdog. I'm the most dangerous man in this tournament. I had a carrier pigeon, possibly. My biggest idol in professional wrestling, maybe Judy Bagwell. Maybe.
Do they make you return the shirt at the end of the year?
Hell no, I'm not returning the damn shirt. It's getting hung up in my house. Next to my participation trophy for finger painting in grade school. I wish he would control his temper a little bit more. If you could help him with that, thank you. Don't try and contradict me. Don't tell me what I should answer. My answers are my answers. Shut up. Okay. Shut up.
There you go. 2 minutes of Jackson Argos telling me to shut up.
We've had a lot of wrestlers on the show.
Yes.
And back before this pandemic started and ruined everything, we would actually all be in studio together from time to time.
I miss it.
And I don't think there's another wrestler. I've really enjoyed talking to a lot of these wrestlers. Jackson and I hit it off in a way that I wasn't sure I was even prepared for. And like the weird part is we've barely seen each other since then. We like came together on that couch, had a great old time, and then went our separate ways. And apparently, I gave him the idea to be the 2-time Rookie of the Year. So, Jackson, I'll be waiting on those T-shirt royalties because I know you sold a bunch. That's okay. We're here to help. How many wrestlers have we helped Sorg over the years? That's a good question.
Actually, the only guy that brought his own sect decoration, is he not?
Yes, yes. Very demonstrated if you saw the video version of that. He tagged us. We retweeted on the Mayhem Show Twitter account if you're on the audio version. But I figured it'd be entertaining enough in audio. So,
can I ask the people who haven't been on like the show the entire time, like Mad Mike and Matt and Ronnie and Remedy, you were on the original, like the original one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yes, that's why we invited him.
That's right.
I'm an OG 15 years ago.
That was the introduction. that was like. Do you see that shirt?
Yeah, I mean, I was like episode 5 was like my first episode.
I mean, that's a horrible logo. Why did I do that? Sorgstock.
I starred at Sorgstock.
He was like the main eventer at Sorgstock.
I probably am one of the top viewed videos on Sorg's YouTube because of me getting kicked in the face.
We should re-release, like we should do a best of because he's like the best. Although I hid all those videos,
you know where
because somebody decided to become a wrestler and said you need to hide all those videos.
Yeah, it was smart. I mean, you can put them out now. Nobody cares. I didn't amount to anything.
You know where you can put those?
Wait, I can release those again?
Yeah, I don't care.
On Indy Wrestling US.
Oh, we're not fucking putting those on Indy Wrestling US. No, we're not. That's not fucking happening.
Anyways,
there's no reason to hide that anymore.
But
I got a question for everybody here that hasn't been on and that started as a fan or a wrestler.
Bobby just shared his Canada Dry Jackson Argos logo in Photoshop.
What was your first time you've been on this show, or the first time you can remember being on this show?
Oh,
like physically.
That's an easy one. Sorgi, you brought me on right after the Royal Rumble in Pittsburgh. I think that was the first time I came on.
Was that the Bautista year?
Yeah.
That was Bautista, and that was also What Does Stephanie McMahon Smell Like?
That's right.
That's right, because you interviewed Stephanie.
Yeah, because of long story short, but I used to work for a television station in town, and the opportunity came up, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, that was that was.
I'm trying to think because the first time I was on the show, I literally just called in. Like it was like, oh, Mad Mike from New York, you're on the air. Like,
yeah, and we may have actually been holding a phone up to the microphone because that's how several of those first interviews were done.
Yeah.
The Rock's cousin was done that way.
Yes, Toa.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. By the way, also we talked about before in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
All right.
He's one of the guys that Jon Favreau beats up.
Yeah.
So really, Mandalorian is a Mayhem bump.
By the side note, I just hit publish on every Sorgstock video.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Enjoy.
So
Enjoy.
Have fun. And let me know if there's anything that doesn't hold up in 2021.
Well, I'm not worried about it anytime soon.
I guarantee there's stuff that doesn't hold up in 2021.
There was an interview and there was some things LB said. I was like, "Ooh, that doesn't hold up." So, but it's okay. No real names. There is. I will say there was one friend of the show and pro wrestler. I did have to scrub from everything because of his job. So not one of the backyard ones. I'm like, but it was an interesting process. But anyways, we were going into something else probably. Any other moments or anything, or I have more videos.
I was just talking about like the ones that we started with being on the show. I think one of the first, like the first time I remember being on the show was, I was on the second half of the SJK Corey Graves versus Butterbean face-off.
That was one.
That was interesting. And I think that was probably a couple weeks after the episode, the episode where Sorg doesn't want to talk about it, where a certain
where Puppet the Angry Dwarf got angry at me.
Yeah, called you.
That's all I want to say because I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
And that's when Sorg instituted a "you must be this tall to podcast" rule.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey!
Don't talk to Eamon like that.
I'm looking at this. Who was the Magic Ninja? Oh no!
Oh
no!
Oh, that's probably not good.
Oh no! I have Chachi wrestling on some of these.
Oh no!
Oh boy!
I forgot we did a Sorg Stock 2001.
Oh brother!
I wasn't in 2001.
No, you weren't.
Sorg, can we do watch parties of these?
Have fun with that. It's really just search.
Sorg, can we do a reunion show?
Of...
Well, let me watch the originals first, and then I'll see what I can.
As long as I don't have to get thrown into a fire.
We should definitely do a
Hey, that's in 2020, remember?
That's true, fair.
So
I'll ref the whole show. It'll be fun.
there you go. We have an actual referee.
A Sorg Stock
Fantastic.
Funhouse match.
I don't even
We
know
have
if
to
we
make
had
sure we
it.
get a tarp to wrestle on.
We had a ring.
Don't worry, it'll be fun. We'll find
We
a
did
tarp.
have a ring that last year.
We did. That was wild.
and
That
we-
was wild.
Yes.
By the way, I want to point out something that we talked about, Bobby talked about before. No Holds Barred is on Amazon Prime right now.
Whoa, nice.
Man.
So we can have a watch party.
We in honor of Tiny Lister,
Yes.
not that other guy.
Zeus, what do you think about it, man?
Oh,
Tell some racist and Brutus the Barber beefcake the way that it is.
To try and bring it around for you, Sorg, here. Favorite Mayhem moment.
Thank you.
The one I have. I think back to the times when there was a stretch of maybe 2 months or so that LB and I made it a point to try new and different energy drinks.
Yes.
And the podcast where I think it might have been both of us or it might have just been LB chugged a can of cocaine,
Mm-hmm.
the energy drink cocaine, and it
Yes, thank you
burned
for
so bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most severe energy drink I'd ever consumed. That was, I mean, there's so many. I mean, everyone's touched on a lot of them. Mayhem Goes New York, Mayhem Chikara Weekend. I mean, there's so much good times and so many good memories over the 15 years. But some of those more lesser known intimate moments, just some of the Pirate Ship Championship.
Oh,
I mean, how can we forget about the Pirate Ship Championship?
Guys,
oh no.
I feel like we have to pay respect to a certain fallen member of Mayhem Show.
Oh. I think I got another email.
Ultimate X the Owl.
Fuck that owl.
Ultimate X the Owl.
Oh, that's the good owl. That's the good owl. I'm sorry.
No,
Not
good
that owl.
This is like our Hedwig. Like if we had, if the Mayhem Show was Harry Potter, Ultimate X was Hedwig.
But still, Chad did not like that owl.
No, well, I mean, Chad and the Owl had beef. I understand that. I respect it, you know, but Chad's not here, and I kind of like the Owl.
For the longest time, I think it still might be on my Facebook. I had a picture of somebody holding the owl, Ultimate X the Owl, looking like it's on my arm, while I'm wearing this random leather duster that I found in Sorg's basement that I still own. In my laundry room right now. But I'm wearing this leather duster with somebody holding Ultimate X on my arm like I am a falconer.
Well, Remedy, there may be another special moment from the show, and that's meeting your wife on the show, and she submitted a video. And and here it is.
Oh,
Hello, Wrestling Mayhem Show, and happy anniversary! I cannot believe it has been 15 years that the Mayhem Show has been gracing the interwebs with its presence in one way or another. I'm Mayhem Missy. I was a regular on the couch for a while, in about 08, 09, so a long time ago now. I became a fan of the Wrestling Mayhem Show back in 2006, 2007, when they were an audio podcast on TalkShoe. I had the extreme pleasure of watching them grow followed them to Justin TV and Blog TV when they started adding the video element. And like I said, joined them on the couch there for a few years as well. I really think the Wrestling Mayhem Show, one of the coolest things about it, and maybe the reason that it has been going on strong for 15 years, is that it is an amazing community of wrestling fans. Sorg, being the backbone of the show, has carried through and really just made it something special for everybody that has ever listened or joined in some capacity. I know there have been people that have contributed from all over the world, really, and I think that's such an impressive thing. And I think that the vibe that is carried out by the show leads people to feel like a part of the family, a part of the crew, whether you are just listening or chiming in or writing emails. Do they still do that, Sorg? However you're contributing to the show, you get to feel like you are a part of it, and I think that is the coolest thing. I know on a personal level, for me, like I said, became friends with the guys and joined them on the couch there for a while, the crew that was there back then. And so on a personal level for me, I like to tell people that I owe my marriage to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Sorg knows that my wedding made in Mayhem is something that I've always been proud of, and something that is truly just, again, speaks to how special this community is, that you can form those kind of bonds just by listening and participating in the same social community. So I didn't want to let this anniversary go by without saying hello and without saying congratulations. I know the faces have changed, but Sorg and crew have always kept, shout out to Missy Sorg too, hey, have always kept this thing going. And even though the other faces have changed, that it has been a consistent vibe and a great community of wrestling fans. I wanted to raise a glass and toast to 15 more years, or many, many more. Let's not even say 15, but many, many, many more years of good times for the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Cheers, folks.
I was gonna say, we didn't get through all that without hearing an original good times.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, Doc, go get your wife right now.
It's the voice that we're trying to hit when we do it. So
should I break out a little bit of the bubbly?
There you go. There you go.
I'd say 15 years is no better time.
Yes. Yes. Oh boy. So without that, I think Chad had mentioned all the kind of other projects. Like, I know the LB telling me he had a job. He grew into a job before everything got weird that was mimicking a studio, and he said, yeah, everything I'm doing now is because of everything we did on Wrestling Mayhem Show. And that really kind of struck me a few years ago when he told me about that. But in that vein, we've done a lot of stuff. We've done Monday Mayhem Warriors. We did Midweek Wars, wrestling game shows, a Heroes podcast.
We've had the producer of Big Brother on our show.
We had the producer of Big Brother and The Apprentice on our show.
Yeah.
But that's not the vein I'm going. That's not the thread. Don't pull that thread. That's somewhere else. But in that idea, we're always kind of looking at, like, what does Mayhem Show not serve that we can do other ways? And Matt, I came to you with an idea a few months ago. And
I mean, fair payback for all the ideas I'm always bouncing off of you, that you come and give me one and I kind of go, yeah, that could work.
But I had an idea, a concept, because I got really mad that I can't say, hey, G, listen to Pro Wrestling News, and always read the shitty article from, like, I don't know, Cage Side Seats or something about rumors.
Spelled news with a Z.
Yes, something like that. And in the meantime, I do listen to a great podcast, Daily Tech News Show, which is literally, that's the thing that I listen to every morning. Is I say, hey, G, good morning. It reads me my calendar, the weather, and then it plays the Daily Tech News. Now it's more of a punditry show, probably similar to what we do over an Awesome Cast. But I wanted, like, there's an NPR news break. There's this. Why isn't there an adequate pro wrestling news break without all the bullshit? And even to the point of, like, hey, how much wrestling news have we talked about in this show? If you like the show, you like this show. I don't know that we're the greatest news source for you, right? But it's a great discussion show, and it serves that purpose. So we started just pro wrestling news. Waiting for Mike. Okay, that was last night.
I was only gonna do it the one time.
I'm still like gun shy after that because we did that for like 5 minutes. I didn't realize we could do an Abbott and Costello bit with this show name.
Sorry, all you have to do is ask what it's about.
Matt, in your professional angle, what is it about?
Well, Sorg, it's about just pro wrestling news. Thanks for asking.
And scene.
And scene.
What is it called?
So, do you want me to take the ball here? I'll take the ball here.
Yes, please.
So I mean, for me personally, keeping up with kind of what's going on in pro wrestling means weeding through just general nonsense that clutters up your Twitter feed or your Facebook feed if you happen to even go on there, and the other wrestling news websites, of which there are a handful that are very, very good and deserve to be highlighted and propped up, but there's also ones that are just like junk, and they'll just turn a headline out of everything because that's how they do business, that's how they make money. But there's definitely, when Sorg told me about this, there's definitely a void for that just straight up, here's what's going on in 5 minutes or less, here's the quick and dirty, the main things that are happening on the major shows, anything concrete, hard news that's happening behind the scenes. Basically cut all the crap that you see on a lot of these news websites, get down to just the bare bones, the essential happenings in the business, looking ahead almost as much as you look back. So as much as we will report important results from shows the night before, also trying to always looking ahead, here's what's on tonight, here's what you need to watch out for, here's what's coming up on this show, and kind of making it a tool to help fans who are busy and have lives, helping them stay engaged with products and promotions that maybe they do like Ring of Honor, but they just lose track of what's going on because life. And this is, like I said, this is a tool that we think can help people stay engaged and make everyone better fans. And and like I said, also highlighting, the quality pro wrestling news outlets that are out there. If there are websites and reporters who are reporting things, sources that we trust, yes, we will mention those and we will say so-and-so is reporting this. And believe me, we found a handful of very good websites that deserve to be propped up, and you'll definitely hear them mentioned as we go through this process. It's been fun, Sorg, and I've really enjoyed recording the audio in my news dungeon. Underneath my basement steps is where I have set up my audio booth. It is a tray table underneath the basement steps with a tiny battery-operated light, a very professional microphone, my laptop, and a tall piece of cardboard from, I believe, a refrigerator box of some sort that I pull behind me to seal myself in. And that is where I record the audio in the dead of night. And I'll be doing it again tonight. So
Matt is Harry Potter himself to bring you the news.
Yes, that's right.
I feel like,
but so far the feedback's been pretty good.
Oh yeah,
right?
Oh yeah, it's been pretty tremendous. And I love when Chachi went back and says, I listened to the entire December of episodes. It was like 18 episodes. He's like, I am now caught up with the news of December. So...
You know what? Give us 5 minutes every morning, or hey, give us an hour at the end of the month, and we'll get you caught up.
Hey,
one way or
works
another,
for you.
We'll get you where you need to go.
No, yeah, we're going pretty deep with this. Trying to get it out there and really going to be making a big go at this. And it's kind of the perfect time leading up to WrestleMania, is usually kind of the biggest news section of the year. And then trying it out in December when there's almost no significant news. So,
well, there was we were like, okay, we're gonna beta test this. Let's go with this thing. And like, okay, this seems pretty reasonable. Let's see what's going on. And I can't even remember what happened, but there was something. It went wild there for a little bit in December. Well, actually,
we missed it.
It's funny you mentioned that because we ended our beta phase with the plan to do the official launch on January 4th. Everything involving Brody Lee went down after our beta period ended.
Yeah.
And obviously we're back here, so if anything is worth mentioning, we're going to mention it.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where, certainly, me having a news background, I was very comfortable, tackling that. And I'm sure Sword had his own thoughts on how we would have presented that. But it was also interesting to kind of have a chance to just kind of sit back and watch everyone else do it and watch the missteps, of which there were a few in the coverage of that story.
What? No.
What? A columnist or one might have lost his job. But it was also it's nice to be able to sit back and be like play it out in your head and say, okay, here's how I would handle this, and then just see how the other websites and whatnot handle it, and then you see what the reaction is, and you say, okay, see, I think we were on the right track with that. So, yeah.
It's been interesting, and also, and again, you doing it, seeing everything come together. There's no way I would have been able to put something like this together. And the beta was also to see if we could do it and record the workflow, record and edit a show basically every day. I think we're going to be 6 days a week officially.
We are. We're going to be 6 days a week. We are not doing Sunday mornings unless there is something very compelling reason that we need to be doing
like an AEW
for example,
pay-per-view,
a Saturday night pay-per-view or
something
major coming from WWE on that Sunday. We can certainly turn that around. But I think there's definitely a need to. You got to be careful, make sure that you're pacing yourself correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But that comes with any job. So
yep,
nothing too alarming. And like I said, I mean, within 5 days or so, it was pretty obvious that we could pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
And from then on, it's just been kind of keeping the ball rolling and tighten a few screws here or there. We really haven't had to overhaul much because sort of like your initial vision as far as like the presentation and everything was kind of like very, very clear on it. So it was just a matter of me kind of like finding the content, recording the track, shuffling it off to you, bells and whistles, off it goes. So it's been nice.
It's awesome. It's been awesome work to work through that, and it's like we come from two different worlds, and to kind of pull that both together for wrestling. So that was my ask for you guys out there. Please give it a try, give it a subscribe. The biggest things that can help us right now are subscribes, especially if you're able to on Apple Podcasts, and if you can rate and review. If you can do that, that can be awesome. I'm going to put, and I didn't think about this in advance, so I'm trying to figure out what I can do as a give for you guys. But anybody that can, just tell you what, I'll put this out right now. Anybody that does a review on Apple Podcasts in the next week listening to this show, screen cap that. Send it to goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com or DM me at Sorgatron Media or at Sorgatron or at Mayhem Show on Twitter. Send me that, and I will give you, and also tell me what free title you want from the Indy Wrestling US VOD collection.
And on top of that, but wait, there's more. In addition to that sweet.
Oh no, he's broken up. No one never knows.
Special considerations during Mayhem Mania, I will give to you if you give us a rating.
All right, I'm gonna have to do it.
I'm
already on. I already gave it 5 stars. Let's just write this review now.
A very unique opportunity could be yours in Mayhem Mania.
Man, I should have let you go first before I gave away the store.
By the following?
I literally gave away the store. I should have let you go first.
You know, we should also mention that to people too. Hey, you know, another way you can, you know, support us in this endeavor is that we have structured our updates in a way where people want to advertise and support this project that way. We're ready to do that.
Yes.
So if you want to spend your money and support us monetarily with advertising, hopefully we can deliver enough listens and views for you to make that worthwhile, and let us know.
We look forward to be able to afford interns to do this process for us.
I look forward that the first intern we hire is going to watch Raw every week. That's their job.
Man,
God,
somebody
that's gonna be me, isn't it?
Somebody watching Monday Night Raw like it's their job? That's implausible, isn't
That's
it,
so
Mad
weird.
Mike?
That would put a butts in the seats.
No lie, Sword. Second weekend, I texted you and I was like, first thing we're doing when we can hire a third person, that dude's watching Raw.
That's how you
Who has
know.
to be the person that watches Impact.
Hey, Impact's not so bad. So
Impact, so it's been all right. It's been fun to kind of like dip in and pay closer attention to like Impact and Ring of Honor and stuff like that.
good time to mention. Super X Cup is this weekend on Impact Plus for Genesis. Trey Lamar, not a friend of the show, but somebody I've spoken with and recorded on several shows here between Warrior and Rise, and I'm sure another promotion or two, is a part of it. Friend of the show Davari is a part of it as well. The lineup actually looks really cool, so I recommend that. It's like $8 a month for Impact Plus. So. And I was watching British Boot Camp last week. It's not good. It's not great. I don't know if it's because it's a bad reality show or if it's because it's British, but it's not great. And Hulk Hogan, yeah.
Pretty much Hulk Hogan.
And it's got Rockstar Spud, some twins, and a guy that doesn't work for anybody right now. Anyways.
Is that Rob Terry?
Yes, Doctor.
No. This is another guy. It's a guy.
I have
with
the most important question about
Yes.
pro wrestling news, and it'll lead me to do everything that you're requesting with no payment as long as the answer is the right answer. Are you wearing pants while you're recording?
Always at least shorts.
Sorry, we were looking for pantsless news.
Yeah. I like my news in the buff. I like nude news.
No news is good news. Wait, no, I did that.
I'm kidding. I look forward to
If we
listening.
get enough money in the kitty, we'll see if Riz can do the full nude version for everybody. We'll just send the script over to him.
No, that's fine.
Do you remember when that was a thing? It might still be a thing. The nude news.
The nude news channel.
It was like a pay-per-view channel or something, wasn't it?
And they you straight up got the news, and there were people that just standing there undressing as they're They're like, 45 people died in Budapest this year as they're taking clothes off.
Yeah, it was like I remember it. So age-wise, because I think it's when I had Prime Star, the satellite dish. That's when I first got cable. That's why I first started watching wrestling. My first pay-per-view was on Prime Star.
Wow.
By the way, rated and reviewed, because I have listened to it. I just didn't subscribe to it yet.
Okay. We're not vetting you on that part of it. So, well, anyway, speaking of,
I want my bonus Mayhem Mania shit. Are you kidding me?
So, we do have another. Speaking of friends of the show, again, I reached out to the first 3 interviews that we had on the show. Jason Gorey, of course, tweeted us. He had some stuff coming up and couldn't submit a video, but reminded me about that time he spit in my face. I'm glad we did that before COVID. And if you survive getting spit in the face by Jason Gorey, you're probably already vaccinated for COVID.
I mean, he was the New Age plague.
He was the New Age plague. I remember a tweet when everything went down in like March or April, when he said, "Listen, when I say to infect the world, this isn't what I meant." So, but we do have a message, and I'll just let you guys hear it.
This is Joaquin Wilde from WWE NXT, and I wanted to say congratulations to the Wrestling Mayhem Show on their 15th anniversary. I remember the last interview that I did with Wrestling Mayhem a couple years ago. I remember being so impressed with how far you'd come, Sorg. The setup, the production value, so high-end over there in Dormont where you had your little setup. And I just remember thinking, man, you'd come so far from that basement where you interviewed me in the humble beginnings of the Wrestling Mayhem Show. So congratulations. I'm so proud of you and everything the team has done. Here's the 15 more years.
There you go. Joaquin Wilde, Shima Zion, DJ Z, Zima Ion, or as we affectionately refer to him here on the show, Baby Batista.
Baby Batista.
Baby Batista. Because he came in drunk after the show. We hit record again. Facade and Jimmy DeMarco were with him. They were drunk and said, let's come to the studio, which was our basement. And he did an impression of Batista doing his entrance.
Honestly,
by my washing machine.
We need to send this to Xavier Woods somehow.
Oh, him doing Baby Batista?
Yes. Yes, we need to somehow get this on the eyes of Xavier Woods.
Oh, hit me with a reminder after the show, okay?
Yes, I will.
We'll do that.
Because
Actually,
it needs. Oh, if we could somehow take the up up down down clip of Woods doing it and then putting them side by side in the same video.
Fuck, man. Making a note here. All right. All right. I'll put that right next to the Should I Wrestle That supercut.
And next to how you pronounce Asuka and Finn Balor.
Baylor. Finn Hay Baylor.
Yes. Anyways, something weird happened on YouTube right now. Is that... Oh, it's probably just... Wait. No. Oh, no. People are commenting on those videos they just released.
Oh, no.
I don't think they're real people. I think we're getting I think we're getting porn spam.
Okay.
Yes.
It still counts.
It still counts. Sir.
I'll allow it.
What is that? Why on the Shad versus Doc Remedy Part 1 is girls of
You know exactly why.
Girls of your city.online. Don't go to that website. It's probably not
Yeah, don't click,
good
don't
for
click
your
links that you
computer.
don't know, Sword.
Don't Google Charmy.
Don't what? Oh.
That's
he has a cat named
party
Charlie.
going on.
That's an old school reference.
That is.
Doc immediately regrets giving you the green light for this.
No regrets. No regrets.
Oh, we'll end up on something, I'm sure. So one thing
I'm gonna be 35 years old. I don't care anymore.
Oh, man. You're wild kids today.
Yes. So with that, there's one thing that I thought was Mike may agree, but I thought was a fruitful endeavor in 2020 was when we invited Jacob Edwin on to give assignments every week. And we're going to start off 2020, at least for this first few weeks, at least until Mayhem Mania. But Jacob Edwin is actually on sabbatical.
Of course he is, because I ran him out of my show, Sword.
But we
ran
reached
him
out.
off the internet.
We reached out. Here's a little bit of a best of, and I reached out some other veterans of Pittsburgh wrestling as well to see what we get over the next couple of weeks. We'll see what happens. But we do have an assignment. Your first assignment. The holiday break's over, guys. It's time to educate again, and we'll get right back on task and talking about wrestling more than ourselves next week on the show.
To be fair, there wasn't much that happened this week that I didn't rant the fuck about last night.
That's right. Last night
None
was
of us
dense.
want to talk about Goldberg.
Yeah. If you want to talk about Goldberg, go check out the Monday Mayhem Warriors.
I don't want to talk about Goldberg.
Well, that's why you don't join us on Monday nights. So, yeah. Anyways, our friend Chris LaRusso has an assignment.
See him, I
What's up, Wrestling Mayhem Show? It is your substitute professor, the heir apparent Chris LaRusso, and my assignment for this week is one of my favorite matches of all times. It is Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. Now, I could be talking about dozens of matches when I talk about these two wrestlers, and they have had dozens and dozens of great matches. A lot of people immediately go to their very famous SummerSlam match, the unsanctioned match between those two. And while I do think that that was a good match, I do not think it was their best match. Instead, I think that the best match that Shawn Michaels and Triple H ever had was on Monday Night Raw, December 29th, 2003 in San Antonio, Texas. I'm including a link below. It is also available on the WWE Network. I hope you enjoy it. I'm looking forward to your thoughts.
There you go.
See? I remember this one.
Typical substitute teacher, super friendly.
Hey, you know, I for one welcome our new substitute.
Yeah, I mean, it almost looks like he had a syllabus. He knew he had the list. He had what we need to study. He had he had the page numbers that we have to read. And he had it all ready for us.
He was on point.
Yeah.
There you go. So with that, so we have that for next week. And hold on, I'm seeing what we have here. God, I just discover so much. I forgot we had Mr. Anderson on the show back in the day.
Yeah, Anderson.
Because I interviewed him a few years ago in person, and I forgot that we had a conversation before that. This happens a lot, apparently. So also we have like something like 350 Indy Mayhem shows, so that's probably why. Anyways,
You need to find the message that the Miz left for the Mayhem show from Comic-Con.
Oh, I have that. Actually, I have that kind of handy here. Well, and I don't know why I don't do this anymore entirely, but we would always do. When we did those interviews for a period, we had people do liners, and I've always had this folder here of liners, and some of these we can't use anymore, like
probably the Iron Sheik.
Well, Jimmy Snuka. We never talked to Iron Sheik.
We shouldn't do that.
I had the Iron Sheik do a liner for this show. Thank you very much.
Shit, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Hold on.
From Big Apple Comic Con.
Well, wait. Here's one of my favorites.
Amigos, you're listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. And in case you forgot, my name is Armando Alejandro Vince Don't Sue Me Estrada.
If you didn't catch, it said Vince Don't Sue Me in the middle there. Who said what is the show again? When we had no, it was this one.
Hey, you are listening to the, what is the show called again?
It's a Wrestling Mayhem Show.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Use that whole soundbite. This is Davari, and you are listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Take two.
Davari, we had Eric Young early on.
And that's Shawn Davari, not Arya Davari.
Yes.
Not money Davari.
Not the money Davari.
Yeah, not Davari De Niro.
No.
Davari Classic.
And I did pull these up. Sometimes I'll pull them up and put them in that in-between spot on the audio version of the show. So depending on where you listen, maybe you caught them over the last year, maybe not. Just when I feel nostalgic, I'll pull them out. Wow, why can't I find the Miz one? We have Tim Donst. Did we interview Tim Donst? No, somebody got us that, I think.
That wasn't me.
It was not me either.
We had Kevin Eastman of the Ninja Turtles creators.
That was you. That was you.
That was me. That was me at the Comic-Con. Yeah. Remedy,
some of those early interviews were a result of me messaging them on MySpace, going, "Hey, you want to do an interview with our podcast?"
That was everything. That's how we got two of the American Gladiators.
Yeah.
So
Noah and
what I really wanted was to interview the who was it Helga? The big Swedish girl,
the Russian one,
I might have sent a message to Gina Carano. I don't know. She didn't do anything since. Oh wait, look what I found.
This is the Iron Sheik. You listen to the Mayhem Show. Iran, #1. Russia, #1. USA, top.
Yeah. And then who's this guy?
This is Johnny Gargano, the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, and the whole shebang. Not Johnny Bananas, by the way, even though I like to eat them. And you're watching the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Yes. I think that's the same interview.
This is the way.
To this day, Mayhem Missy still refers to him as Johnny Bananas.
Mm-hmm.
I still reference him as Flag Tights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is the interview where we ended up talking about at length Power Ranger birthday parties.
Mm-hmm.
So That was fun. Let's see. What else we got here while I'm digging in here? We got M-Dog 20. We got...
wow, M-Dog 20. It's almost like that guy joined a motorcycle gang or something.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is M-Dog 20, Matt Cross, international superstar, you name it, and I've been there twice. Ireland, England, Northern Ireland, Australia, Colombia, Egypt, France, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Austria. Are you kidding me? This guy's been all over the place. And if there's one thing I like, there's a couple things that I like. It's chicken breast, it's the internet, and it's TNA wrestling. Thank you, everybody. You are checking out the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Thanks.
I can't remember if we interviewed him, like interview proper, or was that when we ran into him in Gargano at Chikara? I don't.
Did he mention Ireland twice?
Well, he said he's been everywhere twice.
He's been everywhere. Here is an early Walking Wild, Shimazaki.
The IWC World Heavyweight Champion, international superstar, Mexican celebrity, and Filipino supermodel, Shima Casanova Zion. And you're watching the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Oh, no, but Joe Dombrowski is saying, for a guy who hated how he had a name that nobody could spell when he started, now he's Walking Wild.
Mm-hmm.
So, on that moment, we're going long. What's the anniversary show? So fuck it. Guys, what have you learned from 15?
This is actually short for a part 2.
That is short for a part 2. What did you learn? Was not fitting on your CD, guys. What did you learn from 15 years of Wrestling Mayhem Show? Mine? Thanks.
Okay, I can see everyone's being really shy because I got something. I just learned this last night. I didn't know this. Mad Mike holds a lifelong grudge against the Four Horsemen. He hates them.
Yeah!
I had no idea. And you should have to turn in your card for that, but I'll let it slide.
They broke Dusty's leg.
Yeah.
Everyone broke Dusty's leg.
I'm sorry. I hold Dusty in high regard. They broke his leg. Fuck them.
Wow. I learned it's important to have an anchor in your life.
Here we are, Sorg.
You're welcome, Sorg.
I don't know how to take that. Is that like really sad, or is that really sensitive? Like, yeah, this is the city of Three Rivers. I mean, having an anchor in your life is pretty bad news.
In the last 15 years, I've been through a lot of stuff, including a depression phase, and no matter what, I kind of joke. I think since last month I've been saying, it's here's to having nothing better to do on a Tuesday night. But it's more that early on when I started the show, I said Tuesday night is the night this happens. Nothing else gets in the way of it. And that's the thing I always see when from a podcast side. That's the thing I always see when somebody starts a podcast and kind of fades away. It's like, oh yeah, this came up this week. I don't think I'm getting back to it. Like that happens in so many different forms on podcast projects. Things like that, creative endeavors. But it was always Tuesday night is the night we're going to do this. After we moved a couple nights, eventually we settled on Tuesdays. I think Doc Remedy's school schedule messed us up a couple times.
Or Chad's it was Tuesdays when I started coming along. I wasn't part of that.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Okay, I don't know.
Don't you put that on me.
Yeah, because it's probably all of us, our institute kids that had that problem because we had night classes randomly. But no matter what was happening with work, with life, it was always we were going to sit down Tuesday night and do this, and somebody was going to do it. Be with us on Tuesday night, and it was an anchor. The numbers have gone up, the numbers have gone down, the people in the chat rooms have gone up and down and changed and everything. But it's still here. It was reflected in a few of those messages that we played earlier tonight. And that has been really important for me I often said, I know I was saying this a lot probably 5 years ago. Everything that is happening, that is professionally, is because of this show. Everything spins out from this. Everybody knows that I do a podcast and people listen to it. Everybody knows or sees this or sees the Awesome Cast, which is pretty much the tech version, my other passion, the other passion other than wrestling. And I did a show for that because that's what we start with. I had the two pillars, the two anchors, if you will, which I built around this, and that has gone a long way with that, and brought all you guys here, and all the crazy shit that we've done over the last 15 years, and especially those first years, we did fucking crazy shit. And I always believed, we could easily do a certain kind of show and get thousands of followers. Easily. There's like 5 things I changed to the show right now, and I know it would work, and that would do that. But that's not the show I want to do. We do the show, and we do the talk about wrestling we want to do because their audience will find us, and I think that's what we're seeing here. You guys are here, so no, that's what I've learned from 15 years of doing this.
So who wants to follow that?
Yeah, I should have stayed to the end.
Jesus, Sorg. I've learned that. Similar to what Sorg said in a lot of ways, because I've been through some shit past couple of years. I've podcasted from at least 3 different locations, through at least 5 different jobs, and periods of unemployment or fun employment, depending on when it was in my life.
One job twice.
2 jobs twice.
No,
2 jobs twice. Toys R Us and the current one.
You job whore.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, it's this is something that I when I grew up, I didn't have people to really talk about wrestling with. I didn't. Like I was a fan of wrestling. Some of my friends watched it, but we never really talked about it. Like, we never really got into the nuts and bolts of stories and all that stuff. Even in college. Like, the only reason I was able to talk about wrestling is because I became the editor-in-chief of my newspaper, and I gave myself a wrestling column. Like, no one read it. I'm very sure of that, because I wrote way too many words. And I realized I need a better outlet for this. And when I got into grad school, I found what podcasts were, and I've said this before, the Mayhem Show was one of the first podcasts I listened to, because you guys were only like 3 episodes in, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're talking about boobs and wrestling. This might be funny.
We had a type.
Yeah, well, I mean, this was also 15 years ago. If you weren't talking about boobs 15 years ago, you were either not alive or female. Anyway, it's fair. But yeah, like it's just something that has been in, like, this is one of the longest relationships I've ever had. This podcast, like, that's damn impressive.
I think we also just discovered Bad Mike is part of the polyam cult. I'm sorry.
Sure, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. The amount of, if we go back and see the amount of things we've all said to each other over the years, we've all had a very tumultuous relationship with each other. Mm-hmm. And like it's gotten to a point where I've taken trips with you people. Like multiple trips, which is bizarre to me.
We visited you.
Yeah, like y'all visited me, I visited y'all. Matt and I met in fucking New Orleans for WrestleMania.
That was messed up. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Like
how in the hell else was I supposed to go to the Impact versus Lucha Underground show without you?
Exactly.
You were like a necessary accessory to that whole thing. Couldn't possibly happen.
Yeah, like, oh man, like just in this world, you have to kind of find a way to find your tribe. With the internet, it's become increasingly easy to do that. Some tribes are not ones you want to be part of. Some tribes only have one table, and Roman Reigns is at the head of it for some reason. I had to bring it around.
Ooh-ah.
Ooh-ah. Uncle Ooh-ah. And some tribes are just... Sometimes we talk about finding the Rat King in New York City. Sometimes I sneak into a venue with an e-reader. Sometimes Sorg comes to New York City and say, "Hey, want to go to Google headquarters with me?" Like, sometimes
and also here, have a beer and put this on your face.
Yes. Which, by the way, it's 2020. Don't do either of those things right now.
No.
But sometimes shit just happens, and now we're all playing Among Us, killing each other. So it's all really come full circle.
Some people, what's the saying? You're the hero long enough to become sus.
Yep.
And sometimes you're just sus from the very start.
Yes.
Alex.
Yeah,
Hey,
Alex and Riz. So who wants to follow that up? Do we?
I will. No, you.
Good.
I learned the past 15 years. I chose right. I will give you. I'll give you the perfect story of how
it could have been. It could have been a different podcast. Is that what you're saying?
The first time I heard about the Mayhem Show.
Out.
Are you going to tell us who the other girl was? Because I'm completely. Because I'm going to completely face.
It was actually the Monday Mayhem podcast.
Fuck those guys. By the way, fuck those guys. They died 10 years ago. Fuck them. Knock it off with that Mayhem Show bullshit. My ass is a MySpace message I got from those assholes that thought they were hot shit because they had backstage access to TNA. See how well that worked out.
Guess who has that now, motherfucker?
Still Impact Wrestling, I think. But the first time that I actually heard about this group was after an IWC show. Mm-hmm. They were handing out I think it was it might have been either Remedy or maybe Chad. I'm not sure. I don't know who it was, but all I remember is getting the card. I know they did like a little flyer telling us, hey, that one masked guy that you saw out there headbutting the shit out of somebody is going to be on our podcast soon. First of all, I was like, what the fuck is a podcast?
We did flyers with everybody on the IWC roster that had been or was about to be on the show and handed them out at IWC.
Yes. And I got in the car with my friend who got another gift from a IWC wrestling fan. Am I allowed to say who it is, Sword?
Yeah, you're allowed to. There's no reason
I am allowed to?
Yeah, I think.
It was a King Frown CD.
King Frown CD is amazing.
And
we bumped that for the Jakara Cleveland trip.
Yes. And the thing is, I was looking down at it. We're driving. He's looking at the CD. All of a sudden, he rolls down the window.
Oh no!
And just chucks it out the window.
Wait, you didn't even listen to it?
No. Not at all. I'm sorry, King Frown. I know you're probably going to listen to this if you listen to it. I'm not sure. It was not my fault. I know that you had that CD out there, wanting us to listen to it. I'm sure it's great. But I think after that, maybe like about 3 weeks later.
But by the way, if King Frown was a fan at the wrestling shows and he did a rap album and he would he would hand out his CD at the shows to a lot of the wrestlers. So yeah, that was the thing.
He was B-Rax before B-Rax. But
that's the next generation.
Yeah. But 2 weeks later, a couple weeks later, I'm in the car and I see hentai on the ground.
What?
I see the picture of super hentai on the ground, Sorg, and
that's a fair question.
And I'm like, I might as well just check this shit out. And like, after a while, I started going into the podcast, starting emailing the podcast. I think Remedy and maybe Lunchbox both thought I was black at one point. Or maybe it was
because
Chad.
of the RZA. Yes.
Yeah. No, it was like a weird name I had on there. But it just started growing and growing and growing until like when I first mentioned, Lunchbox was the first one to come up to me and go, "Hey, you want to be on the podcast?" Like I didn't know what the hell to do. Like I didn't have a table. I didn't have like anything really there. And I'm like, at this point, I hated talking. I didn't want to actually talk. I didn't want to actually do anything. And then I'm like, fuck it. And I was like, sure, why not? And like,
and now we can't get you to shut up. Love you, Riz.
And then, like, honestly, and like what Sorg and Mad Mike were talking about, college graduation, 5 jobs in that time span. Having a setup now with an actual microphone and not using my computer as a camera either, having an actual camera. I think Sorg, you actually gave this to me, so that's.
Oh, is that where that went?
Yeah.
Very on brand.
And like I owe a lot to you guys. Like I figured out that one of the main things that makes me come out and talk and speak and feel comfortable in my own like zone is not being forced to talk, not being like talking about a subject that I have no fucking clue of what to talk about, not being there going, hey, blah, 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 but actually being able to talk to you guys about professional wrestling and about bullcrap and talking about like just bullshitting for like the past 3 hours or so.
I want to point out that I ran out of room on my video recorder. We've been on here so long.
Wait, really?
We are on part 2.
Yeah,
we are on part 2 now.
I'm going to have to pull it off the web, but that's fine. We're streaming, so.
Okay, good. But like, I won't go too long. But being on this show helped me like do this. Be on Twitch. Be on other shows, interview Dalton Castle and RJ City without like ever saying a damn word.
Can we say encounter RJ City and
RJ
Dalton
City
Castle
and Dalton Castle? Just being a part of something for the most part, meaningful. Like it's like imagine us in this zone, in this year, without this.
Oh, fuck.
We'd just be sitting out there, like on the couch, just bored as shit right now.
Oh, I'd be in a way worse state than that.
Oh yeah, same.
I'd be in a way worse state than that.
But here we are. I got my joke book because I wanted to just bullshit with you guys.
Riz, give us one joke.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you one joke.
Yes.
Give us one joke.
You've earned
Tell me
it.
when to stop.
Remedy, you have not had the pleasure of these yet. These
Tell me
are
when to stop.
This is the what is the book for the people that haven't seen this yet?
It is the WWE Legendary Joke Book,
written by Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox, which we learned last week, or last time we were on, that this came out 1 year ago.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, you guys picked a good one. What happens when there are two WWE superstars, but only one bathroom?
Ooh.
Two W's we?
Mm-mm.
What happens when there are
Two
two superstars and one bathroom?
W. Sorry.
What was that, Mad Mike?
They wrestle for it?
Oh. Wait, you're close. You
Okay.
are very close with that one.
Elimination match?
That's a very good guess.
Think Dario Cueto.
Ladder match?
Oh, you have a bladder match.
There it is.
Oh!
God damn it.
There are some gems in this one.
That joke works. Oh, God. Sorg, we need to tell an indie promotion that during the intermission, there must be a bladder match.
Mm-hmm.
During the intermission, get two young boys and make them have a bladder match.
I don't know how I'll just send that clip to Marcus Mann and see what happens.
Bobby loves it in the chat room. Bobby loves it.
Does anybody else want to
bladder match in all caps?
Does anybody else want to turn before we head out here? I don't know what's
Can
left.
Can I do one real quick?
Ronnie, please.
Chris LaRusso says he's on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
During the intermission, bladder match. Perfect.
Oh God,
Ronnie?
somebody's gonna piss themselves.
Ronnie?
Anyway, I've learned that in some way, shape, or form, I've been intertwined with you guys in the past 15 years, and I don't know how the hell that happened.
Ronnie is that picture of every historic moment that Forrest Gump happens to be in.
Wait a minute, is Ronnie a Time Lord?
I cannot confirm or deny that I'm a Time Lord.
I'm gonna start looking at pictures. I'm gonna start looking at pictures of us from like wrestling shows, and we're just gonna see Ronnie in the background, just like.
It's super weird.
It's like on D12, like Superman video. I was in the back.
Yeah.
I was in the back.
It's just weird because then Sorg's like, oh, wait a minute, Ronnie's in this picture. Wait a minute, Ronnie's in this video. Wait, what the shit? And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's weird. In some way, shape, or form, it's like I feel like I've known you guys for a while and not known that I've known you guys for like 15 years. So it's super weird. But I'm really thankful, Sorgy, that you put me on the show and you let me hang out with you guys. And I love this. It's a good way to vent, and it's a good way to talk about things you like. And you guys are fucking awesome. And I do love you guys. So.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Glad to have you on.
Except Riz, I don't like it too much.
Yeah, that's
But,
okay. That's all right. It's fine.
No, I love you, man.
I know. I saw Farnsworth posting a picture of me that's very flattering.
Yep, and I retweeted it. So
thanks, Sword.
All right, Remedy, do you have anything to say?
I'll make it quick. I mean, to kind of recap everybody else, it's pretty awesome to see 15 years later. I mean, I know I'm not around or involved as much anymore, but it's fantastic to see everyone who is still here carrying the torch, running with the ball, whatever other cliched saying you want to use, that just keeping up with it. It's been fantastic to see happen, and I kind of wish it was around more, but hey, you guys are doing fucking awesome. But the real thing that I learned, and I mean this with the utmost respect, I miss Sorg with his long hair. Because when Sorg cut his hair, he aged like Jerry Lynn. Sorg cut his hair and looked 20 years older.
Yeah.
Wow. Shots fired.
I had to bring in some levity here. Everyone's like lovey-dovey, happy-go-lucky, and I'm like, I gotta stick it to Sorg. The D batteries didn't do it, so I'd be like, Sorg cut his hair.
The D batteries
hear them
did it for Sorg, but just
You're basically like, hey, thanks for having me on the show, but you're old as shit. Like, fuck.
The look of daggers that Sorg is currently through the camera.
I've seen that before.
You may want to lock
on
your
this
doors,
show.
man.
Huh. Huh.
Wow.
I'm just telling you to grow your hair back out. Just grow it out.
I think we just watched the friendship die.
Yeah. I think this is the last time Remedy's going to be on the show, guys.
Remember in that clip I reposted of the White Claw International Waters yesterday, and Matt, you and Ronnie said that was the point where you looked at each other and did the "Are we best friends?" This is the opposite.
Yep.
This is the Ralph Wiggum gif where you can look at Sorg and you can actually pinpoint the second where his heart ripped in half.
All right. If there's nobody else that has something to say.
You know what's funny about these anniversary shows, Sorg? I feel like Ronnie because I feel so late to the party. Like, there is like a decade of history on this show that I was never here for, never a part of. And like, I learned today that Mayhem Missy is the reason that we go good times. I didn't know that. So every time we got to at least keep having the anniversary shows so I can catch up on the lore, because I am still so far behind on the lore.
It's our company picnic.
Yeah. It's our getting to know each other, like what we're doing. It's our reunion show. It's our Legends show.
This is WMS Legends. Only no one's getting a title shot because we all just gave ourselves our own awards.
Oh.
Now I know how Hulk Hogan feels when he's not welcome anymore.
Oh.
Did you see that picture of Booker T staring him down?
Yeah, that was good.
That reminds me, I have a really funny story to tell when we're off air.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, that's for the beyond Patreon.
Patreon, baby.
Thank you guys so much. Seriously, thank you.
We have stuff in the chat room.
Oh my god, do we? Mine's not updating. Then go ahead.
I got it. Let's see.
Oh, there they are. Okay.
Yeah. All right, you got it too.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead.
All right. Well, Tina learned that Mad Mike rant equals ratings.
Apparently,
that's true.
I didn't know any of those names that were in the chat room last night. What the hell?
I'm pretty good. Angry.
Goldberg came out and everyone raced to Facebook. So they didn't want to miss it. They're like, oh my God.
What's he going to say? Is it going to be the same thing he says every time Goldberg comes out? Yes. But more.
It was. I don't know.
I saw someone tweet last night. Goldberg should have come out in 2016, beaten Lesnar in 10 seconds, and then retired. And that, I'm like, I could not agree with that 1,000 times more.
My notes right up for last night's show was it's another, all caps, it's another classic Mad Mike rage rant.
It felt good to get off my chest.
Yeah.
Anyways, but from the chat room.
Yeah.
Bobby said, I learned that the show has brought a lot of awesome people and experiences into my life, and I am ever grateful for it. The puppets miss everyone. You'll be seeing them again soon. And Sting has ice powers now, and no one is explaining why. I can actually field that question. Sting is actually Old Man Winter.
We talk
He's
about
not Cold Miser?
Side note, recommending the Sting AEW podcast episode for that. Also, at 38 minutes is a part where he talks about Vince McMahon's reaction to him going to TNA.
I think I can guess how that went.
38 minutes in there. I don't want to spoil it.
Hold on,
but
Sorg.
I could in a moment.
Sorg, did it go? Well, fuck this shit, pal.
Okay, I'll do it. So Sting was in active talks with WWE, and things just never worked out when the lawyers came to the table. But they were in consistent talks. He was presented with the thing from Dixie. He told Vince on the phone, because it was one of their talks, and he had not officially signed, but he said he was going to. And he's like Vince, I think I'm gonna sign with TNA. And I'm trying to remember, I listened to it earlier today. His reaction was, "Ah!" Like just that noise.
Just was he the comic character?
It was about the vomit. It was like,
and then followed up with like all of your legacy and everything that you've done, and you go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's exactly. Sting has no ties back then to WWE,
but they had absorbed WCW and the legacy, therefore. And
pretty much everyone else who had contracts at the time went there.
Yeah. So that was the money. It was the money and the creative freedom, and that was always a big sticking point for him because he never knew what WWE was going to do with him. And
how did that creative freedom go for him in TNA?
Yeah, he had fun. He worked with a lot of young guys. So, and then the Hogan happened, and it went
then
sideways.
Jeff Hardy happened.
I was gonna say,
Drugs.
Tina, did we say Tina's yet? Tina learned how accepting this podcast is of all walks of life.
I missed that one. My bad.
It's all right.
Yeah, but we welcome everyone.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
try, you know.
Yeah. I think we're also atoning because the first couple of years, like we may have been accepting. A lot of the things we said really indicated that we probably didn't, even though we were just fucking around.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of stuff we've learned, and there's a lot. And if you listen to those,
that's why we do this every week.
You listen to those old shows, you can learn. If you listen to the old shows, we did not learn a lot of things yet. So we can put it that way. Yeah. I want to say because this comes up a lot actually. Oh God, I'm sorry to have you guys up so late. But, you know, a lot of people.
This is early for me.
I know. A lot of people were like, you know, a lot of comments about like, you know, that I allow certain voices on the show. People that wouldn't be on a podcast, wouldn't make a podcast. Other people with a podcast would never let them on their show. I mean, we just like bring like, you know,
Jacob.
like a Bradley, you know, on the show or something. Listen, you know, if I think you're fun to talk wrestling with us, and this goes for the wrestlers too. There's certain wrestlers I will not invite on the show that I fucking love, but I know that's not going to work on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head that wouldn't be.
I can think of a couple.
I can think of a couple, sort of.
Think of a couple.
But I'm not going to say them because it's your show.
If I think, okay, let me put this. Let me rework that a little bit. If I don't think a wrestler, can have the kind of conversation we have on this show, I'm not going to invite them on the show.
Yeah,
maybe we'll do an interview, maybe we do something else, or there's some people like, you know, they're like, you know, I invite it as, you know, hey, can I invite you on the interview show versus, hey, would you like to hang out with us on the Mayhem show, and then we'll plug your
Would you
thing.
like to bullshit with us?
Yeah,
Just talk.
because
whenever we have someone new on the show,
Yeah.
because I'm not involved in the indie wrestling scene
Right,
there.
right.
I don't know. Like, to this day, I could probably point out maybe 7 or 8 people that we've had on the show. But if I hear them talking for 35 minutes, I'll know I've had a conversation with them. And Sorg is like, don't worry, they're one of us.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, that's
Yes.
all I need to know.
Ronnie's on here because I bullshitted him with that shows. I'm like, yeah, you need to be on this show with me. Like, I don't, I don't think we need to have a conversation about your career before you come on this show. It'll just work
Ronnie,
out.
what was the moment that you knew that you would become a professional wrestler?
Oh God.
And we actually have. I mean, you've been on Indy Mayhem with the good guys and stuff. We've had that conversation. But
Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. That was always my reason.
I thought we were being rhetorical. I thought we were being rhetorical, but okay.
Well, no, we are being rhetorical, but I figured I'd answer. But no, I think when I first started doing this, Mad Mike, I'm pretty sure you were a little skeptical about me being on the show for a while. So you were just
To be fair, I give everyone shit on this show.
Yeah.
Because hey,
Yeah.
I'm very far away, and it's much easier for me to give people shit.
Yes.
See, now we're friends, man.
Yes.
Yeah. Now we share Ninja Turtle memes.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's it's a personality thing, or if it's a case in point, I probably can reach out and would probably get an answer from Danhausen to be on either of the shows. I don't know what to do with him. You know what I mean?
Do his thing, man. Just let him talk.
Yeah, I feel like I need to have a bit for you or something, right? Or something like this. Also, I never invite Beastman on the show. I invite Wes on the show.
You know what happens when you invite Wes on the show? He chops the shit out of it.
That's right. That's what he does.
That's right.
But things like that. Some people, don't fit in this part of the show. There's some people that I won't invite on the show because I don't feel like these conversations work for what they do in wrestling. Let me put it that way. So like, and there are people that I know Rev, we can come on and have a conversation and have a good time, right? And
actually, I think he's on behind me now. By the way,
he is. I think we're interviewing him on the feed behind you. Yeah. So, and actually, I'm looking to maybe have him back on the show in the next couple of weeks, and I haven't told him yet. But if he's able and available, because he's still doing 50 different jobs. No.
Oh no, never mind. That's Beastman.
Oh, hey, speaking of. He
just decided to yell really loud, and I got scared a little bit. But go ahead.
But I don't know. That's part of that, and that means some voices get on here that don't get other places. So, guys, I think we should wrap it up because it's 9 p.m. In Tina time.
Hey, the show's just starting. Welcome to the AM show anniversary.
It was fucked up. When you're watching Wrestle Kingdom, it's like, well, I think we're going to wrap up here in the next couple minutes here at as we're heading into the 9 p.m. hour. And I'm like, what the fuck? 7 a.m. here. What the fuck? You had this early?
Aren't you jealous of how early those Japan shows wrap up? They get them out of there nice and early.
I could have woke up at 5:30 instead of staying up till 7. What's that?
Maybe.
COVID. Yeah, it's true too. No, they usually starts 2 or 3 for Wrestle Kingdom, it feels. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Doc Remedy, for coming back around again. Don't be a stranger. If you got the itch to talk about wrestling, please just hit me up. Just be like, hey, some shit, let's talk about this, and you're on every Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely. I appreciate it.
That's right. Ronnie Starks, the Grizzled Toy Guy. Grizzled Toy Guy. The
Grizzled Toy Guy.
Grizzled
on
Toy
Twitter,
Guy
yeah.
on Twitter. New Twitter. There it is. Toy thing.
I'll keep it. I swear I'll keep it.
Yes.
Grizzled Toy Boat.
Yes. You need an anchor. You need an anchor, Ronnie.
What the heck is it with you and anchors now, Sorg?
I just what they came up
Are you
with.
just like?
Listen,
I
man.
won't get out of the boat, Sorg. I'll stay in the boat.
I'm on.
Yeah, we're not going in the water. Please don't throw us in the water. It's murky in there. And
I did not jump off the Mon Wharf this year. I haven't done that for a few years. Oh, the year that I almost died. That was the year that I stopped. Anyways.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Mainstream Matt, Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. Go subscribe to it, please. And Riz plays games. Mad Mike 483 on the Twitter. Side note, yes.
Sorg, I think in 2021, you, me, Ronnie, and Remedy should reenact Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 on Zoom.
Yes.
I feel like we should. There was a time where Remedy and we went line by line for each other on Google Chat for an entire day at work.
We need to get one of those blow up dummies and just push up and go, yeah.
Combat cold cuts.
Yeah. And we will take auditions for Who Wants to Be Kino.
Wow. All right. Mad Mike 483, I'm going to do your job for you. Go watch Lucha Underground on Tubi.tv.
Like Chachi.
And follow Chachi Says on Twitter and see his live tweets of it as he's experiencing.
Chachi Underground.
Yes.
I just read something. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The David Arquette movie is on Hulu now.
David Arquette movie is on Hulu. Also on Tubi.tv with subtitles is the Tiger Mask anime.
Ooh.
On Crackle is Heroes of Lucha Libre. It's interesting. I'll put it at that. We gotta do a watch along on that or something. You at least somebody else needs to watch it because I have comments. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Here's to another 15 years of doing this. Oh man, you know what? Am I gonna be retired doing this show? I could be. You don't know. We'll see if forever. We'll see you guys next week. Mayhem out.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.